Let's go ahead and get started. So, today, we are bringing on friend of the stream, special guest, Michael Kidd. We've brought him on a few times to talk about Jund, and his accolades with the Jund mid-range deck are well known within the community. He's very active on social media, always talking about Jund, talking about sideboard strategies with the deck, and where to take the deck with each new set and each new innovation that comes to the Jund deck. And the Jund deck's seen a lot of innovation in the recent sets, and more specifically, the new Ikoria Layer of Behemoth set has dropped a pretty good mechanic with some pretty powerful effects on it. Companions making an impact. So, Michael, tell me a little bit about just approaching building the Jund deck now that Ikoria has released, and companions are something that you're looking at with regards to the Jund mid-range deck in Modern.
Yeah, so a couple things I talked about in the article are kind of four different things you want to focus on when you take your traditional Jund list and port it into a Lurrus shell, and you see it in a lot of the successful Lurrus Jund shells. And the first way is pretty obvious. You just want a lot of ways to generate value off your Lurrus. That's why you see four Mishra's Bauble, something you would never see in a traditional Jund list. You see a main deck, Nihil Spellbomb, which people have played in Jund in the past, but when you are facing off against Lurrus and then playing your own, the card gets a lot better. And then you see Seal of Fire, a card that you would never see really in traditional Jund. I mean, been in like Delirium build decks, been with Kalitas before, but for the most part, something you're only going to see in a deck like this. So that's obviously the first part. The second thing is you kind of want to focus on untapping with your Lurrus a bunch. So in order to do that, we have a 7th discard spell over a more traditional shell that generally plays like a 3/3 or a 4/2. We're also playing Dark Confidant, and you'll see some people play Grim Flare. These are threats that force out removal spells early. If your opponent doesn't kill your turn 2 Dark Confidant, Grim Flare, great spot. If they want to just save kill spells for Lurrus, and then if they kill your Dark Confidant or Grim Flare, you're more likely to untap with your Lurrus a bunch. You're also seeing an Unearth in this deck, and then 3 Kolaghan's Command. Are innovations to the new Jund deck that you didn't really see so much in traditional Jund. The next way that I kind of talked about going was being a little bit more proactive in this deck. You don't see as many like Wrenn and Six and Scavenging Ooze. You definitely see more, generally a little bit more burn, more like Dark Confidants, those kind of cards, more tempo positive cards or cheap cards in the deck, because Lurrus really is kind of your end game in this deck. We don't really rely on like man lands and grinding cards so much when Lurrus is just, infiniting for 0 our opponent as long as it's in play.
It's true.
And then finally, you'll see more Abrupt Decay, Assassin's Trophy, Maelstrom Pulse cards in this deck. And a lot of people will kind of look at it and be like, well, people are playing these maybe because they had to cut their Lilianas. But you won't see Terminate, really. And I think part of the reason for that is this deck is a little weaker to Graveyard Hate, so there has to be a little bit more of a focus on combating, that Graveyard Hate with multiple Abrupt Decays, Assassin's Trophy. A 3rd Kolaghan's Command helps against some forms like Relic maybe, or Grafdigger's Cage if people are bringing it against you. And then kind of out of the sideboard, you're seeing a lot of those same philosophies. Untapping with their Lurrus more via, you have a 3rd Brutality that wasn't super common in traditional Jund. You're playing Veil of Summer, which hardly anyone played in traditional Jund. You're seeing more Graveyard Hate or anti-Graveyard Hate in the form of both EE, the trophy here, more cards that pair well with Lurrus. And then obviously Veil of Summer is also like tempo positive. Sometimes Collective Brutality is tempo positive as well. So kind of on that same vein, you don't see like Painful Truths or something. You're just going to rely on, your Lurrus protecting it.
Just more efficient cards, rather.
Yeah. Really, if you just want to outgrind opponents, I think the best way to do it is just like recur your Lurrus.
Make sure your Lurrus stays in play for as long as possible.
Yeah. Really, that's the better way to grind people out. Like, I thought about playing Painful Truths in this deck a bunch, but every time I do, I just kind of think, wouldn't it just be better to like bring my Lurrus back or protect it more with like tails or whatever?
Yeah.
So that's kind of the direction.
So when we're talking about this deck that's designed, I mean, you're required to be more efficient. Lurrus's stipulation says, no permanents greater than 2. That means you lose access to things like Liliana. You lose access to some of those haymakers that stay in play, but you gain Lurrus as your primary value engine past at the 3 mana spot and above. That's just kind of what you want to be using. How does that impact your mana base? We don't need to talk about it land by land, but I see a lot of changes with this mana base, particularly, in just the specific lands you're playing and the general land count that you don't see in other Jund decks that are trying to cast things like Bloodbraid Elves and Lilianas more consistently and play a little bit more expensive spells.
Yeah, I think 22 lands is about right. It's not actually that much lower than 24 when you consider the 4 Mishra's Bauble. I think there were some people that are playing 20, 21. Some people are insane and maybe want to play 19. I think while the deck is, the mana curve is lower, I actually think it's incorrect to cut so many lands. You want to play kind of close to the same ratio of lands and spells, considering Mishra's Bauble is, basically you have a 56 card deck here. You don't have a 60 card deck essentially when doing the math for that, in my opinion. But we're pretty close to the same ratio as before, and I think it's because Lurrus just gives you so many cards and a lot to do with your mana. And you're just drawing an extra card, or you're playing Lurrus and bring back Tarmogoyf. I mean, that's a 5 mana play right there. That's not something you did often in traditional Jund. So people just thinking, hey, I'm going to play 20 lands and just be low to the ground, they're going to be drawing with their Mishra's Baubles a lot and not being able to convert the cards they're drawing into meaningful plays because they just won't be hitting their land drops. So I think that's one problem some people who are just trimming too low on land might experience. I think it's important to have a decent amount of land stack.
Sure. Francisco rating with a party of 56. Yo, Francisco, thank you very much. I have my alerts turned off because we're talking a lot, and I have another guest on the stream. I didn't want to miss a lot of the information. Thank you very much for the raid. I hope your stream was fantastic. Fellow modern streamer there. Those of you in my stream, please check him out. I really appreciate your support, Francisco, and I hope you did a lot of winning today. Amulet Master right there. Yeah, look at him with his amulet emotes. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. Make sure to check out the Modern Streamers League as well. Good stuff. Good stuff. He made it pretty deep in there, if I remember right. Either way, any final thoughts you say before we go ahead and jump in the games?
No, we can jump in them. I mean, there's a few things that I kind of about the list, but we can talk about those as we're going through the league.
Sure. For those of you that are new here, we are playing some modern Lurrus Jund. We're about to jump into the games. My friend Michael Kidd wrote an article over at Good Grief Games. You can check it out at ! Article. Read what he had to say about the deck. But we're going to play through a few games here with him on the call and just kind of talk about the deck. And yeah, we're going to try it out. I have played a little bit of this because I played this deck in the Modern Streamers League. And so I have really, really been enjoying this deck. It's been very impressive to me. It has felt extremely powerful. And it almost feels like a completely different deck from normal. The previous Modern Jund lists, which oftentimes felt anemic and stuff like that. Corn on Macabre. That's a nice name. Thank you for the follow. I really appreciate it. Yeah, and so it's been really powerful. It just feels like you're taking so many more actions per turn than you were with previous Jund lists. And that's really impressive to me. And yeah, overall, I mean, the deck just looks just night and day, completely different.
No, the deck's scary good. I mean, this is legitimately the best deck I've ever played in Modern. In its respective format, at least. I mean, obviously I play a lot of mediocre decks in Modern. The best deck I've probably played outside of this is maybe messed around with some Birthing Pod back in the day, or I don't know, Twin or something. I played some Izzet Phoenix, but
that deck was busted. How dare you talk bad about Izzet Phoenix? That's my baby.
I mean, all those decks are great. All those decks have had cards banned for them.
That's true.
Jundless is gonna, have Lurrus will be banned someday.
All right, let's reveal a little bit of Lurrus action. Take a look at this first hand. Looks pretty nice to me. We take 3 lands to cast Lurrus, some Inquisitions. Wouldn't mind a Mishra's Bauble, but, I mean, 2 discard spells in the play, along with some threats. It feels like it's hard to say no.
Yeah, it's hard to say no to discarded to Tarmogoyf.
Just a timeless classic.
Yeah, I mean, that was great before Lurrus.
It was a lot better before Lurrus, to be fair. Discard spells, Tarmogoyfs just still can get drowned with card advantage against opposing Lurruses if we don't have an answer to Lurrus, because we're sure as hell not discarding a Lurrus. But it looks like our opponent has failed to reveal a companion. Someone should have told them that is a play mistake, and you're actually supposed to reveal your companion before you start the game.
I mean, that might mean we're against, like, Tron or something.
How about Dredge? Almost got here with a Creeping Chill the other day to grab, but the Shriekhorn's pretty easy clap to take. Thank God for Shriekhorn. We almost got real letting them dredge 5 on the first turn. Although now their hand just kind of doesn't do a whole lot. Looks like a pile of lands. A stinky. Yeah. And we have the Scavenging Ooze already in hand. It's just not hard. This game's just easy. It's just that easy. All right.
Yeah, Scavenging Ooze is a little more medium in the Lurrus Jund deck than, traditional Jund.
So I imagine we're gonna fetch a green source here, maybe a basic forest with this peatland dialed up. But I think I want to play a Tarmogoyf here over playing the Scavenging Ooze with no with no mana up. It's just a better clock, so I want to be attacking for more faster.
I would probably play the Scavenging Ooze just because I think it could get. If somehow he just ripped like a Cathartic Reunion or something, and I need double green next turn, or no, double activation of Scavenging. I don't know.
Sure.
Maybe it is.
Yeah, I was thinking we're going to play a threat next turn no matter what, and so we're only going to be using 1 green next turn. I guess that is worth talking about.
Yeah, I guess we should play Tarmogoyf.
Like, I think right now their plan is mostly just to, like, try to block our stupid Tarmogoyf with Stinkweed Imp, but I guess if they draw Merchant of the Veil, we still aren't able to exile it until the same turn, but we might want to exile more than one thing. I guess it doesn't matter that much, so we probably should just play the Scavenging Ooze to be safe. Because we're kind of in the territory of how do we lose more so than like what does it take to win. There's no need to really start getting aggressive yet because we're so far ahead because their hand's so bad. But that like you said, that can change with a Cathartic Reunion very quickly. And it might turn on something like Inquisition them and then exile it with Scavenging Ooze. Like, that's a line that we may have available to us next turn that might actually be worth doing, so that way they don't put it in play and force us to, like, run an attacker into it.
Yeah. Yeah, I like this a
little. They just conceded! Yo, Ace, the resub, 12 months. Time to go bananas. It's been a year. Yeah, you got your tree. It's super nice. Nice looking tree. Really appreciate it, Ace. Sorry the alerts aren't on. I can't believe we just got a turn 2 win. Look, could old Jund do that? Could old Jund get a turn 2 win? It's like somebody in chat wanted to play Goyf.
0 with Jund.
With just the ley line of the void?
Yeah.
Gas. Alright, let's look at what we got. We got a bunch of Nihil Spellbombs. Those are pretty easy ins. Anything else you're reaching for that looks exciting to you?
I don't really know.
Don't really know. Well, I don't really know. Seal of Fire looks pretty mediocre to me. What else do we need to get out of our deck?
I think Seal of Fire is definitely better than...
The Trophies and Decays?
I mean, the Decay kills Amalgam. I think your worst card by far is Kroxa.
Kroxa?
Yeah.
It's a threat. It attacks. What if they mill me with Shriekhorn, Michael? They could switch strategies.
I mean, if you read it, this isn't a turbo.
Do you like something like Engineered Explosives? It's just like on 2. It seems kind of bad because it kills all our stuff. But if we end up behind on board, having access to something that kills multiple things seems kind of attractive.
I don't know what kind of removal they typically play, so I don't know what would be better between like Kolaghan's command is also pretty bad, right?
Sure.
I mean, it might bring back an Ooze or maybe bring back your Lurrus.
They play Thoughtseize sometimes, right? We could bring this in.
Yeah, like I'm wondering, maybe they play Decay. I don't know what kind of removal spells the Dredge deck's on nowadays. like Brutality is not great, but it's probably.
Let's try Brutality. We'll try Miser's Brutality. This might be a little bit of nonsense. The Nihil Spellbombs, the Slam Dunks. The pushes might just suck, but, like, it helps for, like, kind of staving back the pressure.
Yeah, I mean, this matchup is oftentimes about, like, you have your A+ cards, and then the rest of your cards are just, like, meh or bad.
Yeah, meh to bad.
But you can win the game with, like, an A+ card and, like, a B, and then just draw a bunch of crappy cards. It doesn't matter.
So they mulled a 6. I really don't like keeping that. I think I'm going to mulligan this. Like, even though we have the lands to play and activate Skoos, which is worth something, it just does, like, having no plays on turn 1 means we're pretty likely to just, like, kind of get drowned. Like, if they have turn 2 Cathartic, we're very likely to just be dead on the spot.
Jeez.
This hand is not more exciting to me. I'm probably just going to mulligan. At this point, I'm just kind of looking for a Nihil Spellbomb, something to make my hand keepable. They kept on 6. Very reasonable. Blech. I'm willing to mulligan this too. If we're willing to mull to 5, like, what's a 4?
What are we on? Is this 5?
This is a 5.
This does not win. It's like, unless he's keeping 6.
He kept 6.
Yeah, not win.
Not winning. This has a better chance, honestly, of all the hands we've seen so far.
This is 4. If he has Cathartic Reunion as his only way to pitch stuff.
Got okay.
We have Wrenn and Six.
And Bauble. Yeah. Keep. Bottom this, and
Ugh.
I think it has to be the Bauble.
Yeah, it probably does. Which is kind of tilt, but whatever.
It's unfortunate. I mean, but, like, we don't need that much, like, ways to unmulligan. Oh, no plays. This means either they have Merchant, which is an instant, or... Oh, that's not that bad of a draw.
Not play the Swamp. Do not play.
Yeah, because that doesn't cast Wrenn. I guess we'll just play the Peatland. It seems kind of free.
Oh.
Black. Okay, you. Because we're tapping our land next turn no matter what. Double Cathartic! What? I mean, I guess we'll take one of them and hope they don't spike the Dredger? Uh-oh. Ruh-roh Raggy. I'm not feeling so good about our position. Hunter, what's up? How's it going? Wooded Foothills. We knew about that one. Hopefully they Cathartic and didn't find a Dredger. If they found a Dredger, I think that might just be all she wrote.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to beat. It was just 2-mana Brainstorm. Then
yeah, it looks to be 2-mana Brainstorm. And they got rid of all the cards we knew about. Draw Step.
I mean...
Is it insane to go get a basic mountain here with this?
I don't think it's insane.
Like, does life total matter in this matchup, you think? I mean, they have...
I guess it matters enough.
Sure.
It was kind of weird with the way you played the Peatland out first, I guess, if you're not going to get a basic.
Yeah. I'll buy it. I'll buy it for $1.
It's a little weird if we draw Scavenging Ooze, but I think with how slow and the fact that the first turn we can use the mountain to play the Ooze.
Yeah.
I think it's like fine.
Yeah, I mean, we could just grab a forest next turn or whatever, and like our mana's still going to function. We just have Wrenn running the whole time.
Yeah, just like the successive turn, the mountain's not gonna really do anything for us. Is the one problem.
Well, that's a pretty good one to draw. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's a pretty good one. It's a little slow, which gives us some time to like find a Nihil Spellbomb, and maybe we'll get a turn off to play our Lurrus, but it is drawing Loam is probably one of their better cards to draw. All right. Of course, they are looking at 3 new ones.
We really need an Ooze or a Spellbomb.
I mean, I don't think we're willing to get aggressive enough to go cracking Peatland and stuff like that. Capolo! How goes it? Do you think Lurrus is worth no Liliana the Veil Bloodbraid Elf?
Yes.
Simeon Spirit Guide asks, I believe so. I believe so. Are you running the dog as the companion? We are. There's no Liliana the Veils. We are Lurrus Junding.
I honestly would just fetch. How many removal spells do they play?
I mean, probably not many. Like, they maybe have, like, 3 trophies or whatever in the sideboard. Maybe 2 lightning axes if they want to bring them in. Plus, like, the Conflag or 2 or whatever they have.
So I want to play Lurrus.
I definitely want to play Lurrus. I'm just trying to decide what land I want to play it off of. Because you can't fetch Forest and play Lurrus. So, I think I'm going to fetch and shock, actually. Like, because we're ahead on life. We're about to play Lurrus. And if Lurrus gets in like that, like we're just going to start racing with Lurrus. I don't know. I think I'm going to fetch and shock this turn.
Yeah, let's just fetch shock.
Probably just going to grab an Overgrown Tomb, honestly. It's like the red mana for Seal of Fire doesn't seem to matter that much. Could grab Stomping. No, I can't.
Actually, I think it might should be Blood Crypt.
That makes our Scavenging Ooze mana really weird.
Yeah, but we can double seal without.
Yeah, that's true. We're actually fairly likely to want to double seal too because we're going to want to clear the way to make sure we can attack with Lurrus.
And we already have the mountain, so
yeah.
We'd have that shock to double seal if we grab Overgrown Tomb. Whereas we can get Forest if we need it.
Yeah.
The Wooded Foothills.
Lands for days. I think we've officially unmulliganed, right? We've picked 3 lands back up with Wrenn. Although Wrenn hasn't replaced itself yet, so take that at what you will.
Uh-oh. Oh no, what is this?
Looks like a Lightning Axe. Yeah. Bitchin' can flag. Oh my. Well, now we're just in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
Now we're in a lot of trouble. Fortunately, they still only have a Dredge 3 dialed up. Let's see what that looks like. Leyline of Sanctity, Ox of Agonis was a disgusting hit with exactly 9 cards in the graveyard. They have to get rid of a lot of their stuff that matters, but I mean, putting Ox into play is just like pretty big. Plus, I think they might have a fetch land in hand, so they can like keep a thing or whatever. Cycle land. Interesting. Having the cycle land plus loam makes maybe their consideration a little different. What did they dredge? Oh, they had a Thug. I didn't even see. Yeah, okay, never mind. Now this is just disgusting. Because they're going to get the Ox, go through a gajillion cards, and we're probably all but done here. I think we have like a draw step to hit a graveyard hate piece, and then we're playing Magic. But it'll depend. Depend on how much like Narcomoebas and nonsense they get into play here. Assuming they only get the Amalgam plus the Ox, I think we can hit a single piece of Graveyard Hate and continue playing Magic.
Yeah, I mean, we do have the Seal plus Wrenn.
Bye bye, dog. Assume no anger. Yeah, we don't have an anger in the sideboard. It's pretty bad with Lurrus, all told. Alright, well. Currently still only 1 Amalgam. Alright, now it's 3 Amalgams. Alright. I think we can go ahead and call this. Because, yeah, they get, assuming they have a fetchable here, they have Bloodghast, 3 Amalgams. Does a Tarmogoyf get us out?
I mean, you can draw, but
yeah, we're probably
not drawing, I guess, unless you want to just save time, I guess.
Yeah, I just don't know what draw actually continues, like, keeps me playing. I guess our clock doesn't really change much.
Yeah, that's the thing I'm thinking. Is like
yeah, we've already F6. Might as well take a draw. Oh my god.
Turn late.
So if we cycle this into Tarmogoyf, I'm willing to continue playing.
Nah, just concede.
What? What? Alright, fine.
Yeah.
Come on, really? Okay, fine.
Yeah, we're gonna be on the play this game.
Yeah. I think they had like 2 dredgers in their hands, so like we're probably just wasting our time there.
So the brutality is probably bad.
This looks more attractive if they're bringing in stuff like lightning axes.
Yeah, it definitely looks better than the brutality.
Bro, we can blow up Shriekhorn. That's busted.
With trophy. trophy is good. The third trophy, it kills the ox, but that's not.
Yeah, it's not exciting. I've got a few questions. Drake, wasn't the MPL supposed to be live yesterday and today? It was not yesterday. It's Tuesday through Thursday, as Capolo explained. So yeah, it'll be live tonight, but it was not live last night. Capolo says, actually considering playing Ashiok in the sideboard of Shadow. In the matchup, I want Ashiok, aka Amulet. Lurrus is meh. That's true. Although, if you're playing Shadow Capolo, I think Lurrus is somewhat important against, like, I don't know, like, Dredge and stuff like that. Like, Ashiok is obviously more for the search effect, but if you're bringing it in for Graveyard Hate, some of the Graveyard matchups, like, it may have some awkward tension with Lurrus, right? Because, like, I think you have some Spell Bombs and stuff like that, too, but you're still feel a little incentivized to bring in the Ashiok, and it may not work out. Today's Tuesday. Look, Capolo, who knows what day it is? We're literally in the middle of this lockdown. Nobody knows what day it is.
Except for those essential people.
Yeah, the essential people know what day it is because they're still going to work doing all that nonsense. But no, we don't know what day it is.
Why not?
All right, I'm just gonna click submit of this. I think I'm about done thinking about it. I think that third trophy is so marginal, so it is even worth bringing in. Reveal our busted companion. It's kind of wild that Dredge didn't end up with a companion at all. Well, this hand looks pretty good, man. What do we think of this? Discard spells into Lurrus plus Seal of Fire. Hope that's good enough. Is that a plan? I know what day it is. I'm quote-unquote working right now. You stream. You have a stream schedule.
I mean...
Yeah, the Oof Bauble synergy we saw on MSL was nice, Capolo. It was real nice.
This one's not terrible. Is it... It can beat some Dredge hands. Beat a decent amount because you can maybe discard their 1-drop, discard their Cathartic Reunion if they have it.
Yeah, just try to discard all their enablers and then maybe pick off Moby Draft Unplayable.
Yeah. So, yeah, we can keep this, I think, and bin a seal. It's close.
It is close. It feels like there's a lot of way better 5s, but like... Just because, like, Lurrus helps you on mulligans so well, and if you find it a Nihil Spellbomb, it's just, like, the complete nutters. But, at the same time, I'm not confident I'm willing to continue mulliganing until I hit a Nihil Spellbomb, so I'm just going to keep this.
Yeah, the discard spells are more attractive to play. Well...
Yeah, are they? Are they? Alright, well, now I'm just cycling this Barren Moor. This doesn't let me play Wrenn if I play it first, but I'm not even that excited about playing Wrenn.
Would have to draw land to play red and Wrenn to actually play Wrenn.
Well, I'm gonna cycle this. This land plays Wrenn. Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah. All right, F it. Well, that's a beating. I mean, we did see those, and that maybe this didn't inform our keep. We probably should have had this in the conversation when it came to this thing.
Yeah, I think given Leyline, this probably should not have been a keep.
The shock probably means they have Merchant, too. Alright, we need to find Spellbomb on the double.
Or Ooze.
Or Ooze. I'll take either. Cycle. Oh, yeah, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Hoo-hoo! Who's the most talented Magic player in the land? It's me, in case you're curious. It's just actually me. Stomping Ground? I think it just has to be Stomping Ground.
Yeah,
it's kind of awkward as hell.
I actually think... Oh, wait, does it target a player?
Oh, it does.
Oh
Fuck.
my God.
I thought this was each opponent. No! Maybe they won't know. Wow, this card's actually good against you now. Bet we feel dumb not bringing that other trophy, huh?
Yeah.
Do you think?
Yeah, I should have thought about that. Kolaghan's command is a lot worse than Trophy right now.
Yeah? Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
You're going to Dredge in the first league.
Are we at the cycle this point yet? I don't think we are.
I mean...
We got blown out, chat. This is unbelievable. We are the least lucky players in the universe. If they have Cathartic too, I'm just mad. Like, Leyline, turn 1, Merchant, plus Stinkweed into Cathartic. Although, for what it's worth, if our plan was Mulligan until we hit Spellbomb, this hand also did not beat Mulligan until we hit Spellbomb, because Leyline of Sanctity is a keep just... Alright, we're probably just good here, right?
Yeah. You can't target them.
Alright, myself. Let's cycle this. Yes, dude. Oh, busted. Can we unearth their stuff? No. Unbelievable. We're so unlucky. Yeah, we got completely collapsed. Soul Guide Lantern has entered the chat. I'm not. There's no universe in which I am putting Soul Guide Lantern. Okay, that's not true. I might actually put Soul Guide Lantern in my deck. Yeah, okay, Unearth, Reanimate. I confuse all the effects. Yeah, I always have to reread every single Reanimate effect to make sure it hit like what graveyards it hits. It was a complete nightmare when I was playing the World Gorger Dragon deck, because I think there's like one of the enchantments that only hits your graveyard, and it messed me up for life, even though all the ones I played hit both graveyards. All right, what are we doing here? I'll do the classic Chad's favorite, take a draw step, concede. All right, we're done here. I have better things to do with my time. We've learned a valuable lesson, chat. Leyline of Sanctity, pretty good against Jund. Pretty good against Nihil Spellbomb. Consider having all your trophies in that matchup.
Yeah, we definitely should have a trophy. I think the Kolaghan's command, because they killed our Lurrus through a discard spell and we didn't have a way to generate value with it, it looked like Kolaghan's command would be better than trophy, but I think...
I mean, it was probably just a results-oriented take. Okay, I'm not going to lie to you, kid. These opening hands have been bad.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Ooh, is this just being blue-white control? It could be the Miracles deck that Aspiring Spike top-aided the challenge with, in which case I think we're probably dead on the spot. Maybe not, but we'll see. The matchup seems rather challenging. What's your opinion on this one?
I mean, his hand's not great, but what are you going to do?
I don't know.
Hands?
Sure.
I don't know anything about this Miracles deck you're talking about.
They play 4 counterbalance, so this card would be good if it is the Miracles deck.
Yeah, I think... Yeah.
Bottom Trophy. Trophy's good against walkers, which makes me want to keep it. And Skoo's Olympics.
I do think Trophy's the weakest card.
Could get greedy at bottom of land. We got a few draw steps.
I don't think I want to do that.
All right. Look, I'm just talking through the lines. Get rid of Trophy. Miracles without Snapcaster feels horrible. I mean, you still got a lot of good cards. Yeah, it does look to be the Miracles deck. Let's see if we get counterbalanced on too. I was like, discard spell would be a nice one. That's not exactly what I was looking for. I guess we'll just play this.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can get that pulled up. Twitter. Aspiring Spike.
I haven't played against this deck.
Yep, there it is. Let's have a nice look-see at the old deck list. Alright, this is what we're looking at. You got the little duder. There's a pile of cryptic commands, some Hases, a Singling Treat, some Termini, Multifaries, much Archmage's Charms. 3 Mystic Sanctuaries, something to look out for. Only 4 pass is the removal spells, I think, other than Terminus. 1 Spell Snare, pretty good. 4 Counterbalance, etc. Let's see how many 2-drops. There's 10 total 2-drops. So are we running our 2-drop into a thing, or are we just blowing this up?
I think you're supposed to just blow it up. I don't know. It's been so long since I played against this stupid card. People stop playing this card in Legacy, even. I mean, it's so bad.
What you feeling? Could jam Kroxa into it.
I guess it's fine.
It doesn't really get us. It doesn't really buy us a whole lot, though, if it happens, you know? Like, if it actually works.
Yeah. I kind of just want to pass.
Sure.
Okay.
Alright. Fine. We'll pass. Passing it is.
Just gonna have a rough league.
Yeah, I mean, I expect a lot of this deck. This is exactly the kind of thing Miracles players love to do. Alright, I'm going to blow up this counterbalance. Boop. They absolutely love to do some miracle stuff. So, Aspiring Spike succeeding with that is going to ruin a lot of Magic players' leagues. Just draw a card, huh? Interesting.
Yeah.
Oof.
I don't think Kolaghan's command is getting... the problem is if he has Jace, I just want to have an Ooze on the table. So I kind of just play Ooze.
Could play Lurrus and then turn on the Kroxa, just casting Kroxa a bunch.
I mean, if he has a path, do you really want to waste your Lurrus here?
I mean, our Lurrus isn't doing a whole lot else right now, but no, I'm not in love with it. I'm also not in love with getting our Lurrus Terminus.
I think I would just play Scavenging Ooze, Blackcleave Cliffs, and pass.
Sure.
Like,
I think as the Scavenging Ooze just feels like we're kind of wasting our turn. Like, I guess they have to, like, care about it if they want to keep their Teferi alive, but the Teferi's already drawn a card, which means, like, I don't feel like they're super valuing it.
well,
New camera background. Yeah, Teddy, the camera background means new place. I actually live in a new place.
I was more worried about them playing Jace and just, like, bouncing Scavenging Ooze. Or if I don't play Scavenging Ooze, they just play Jace on an uncontested board and just win the game.
All right, there are 4 turns back. Thanks, Hunter. I appreciate that.
All right. Attack Teferi.
Yeah, it's weird that they didn't play their goofball to block. Like, that just kind of signals that they have a removal spell, but that also might mean they just have a counterspell or something. I don't know. We're just going to attack
They
Teferi.
like a lot of Cryptics, right?
Yeah, they play a pile of Cryptics.
And if this trades with the Snapcaster, I think we're very fine with that. Fine.
They can't play Snapcaster because that's what this card says.
Oh, right. Can't do that.
Wish I could exile this, because now they can just Mystic Sanctuary this back on anything we play. Not ideal.
Can't do anything about the path.
Yeah. It's true. Yeah, we are in combat. We actually just, like, literally can't do anything. I was kind of halfway considering if there's anything worth exiling. There's just not. Black, red. So we have all the sources we need to bring back Kroxa. What does that mean?
Getting Forest would be a little weird, though, because if you want to go, like, Kroxa, bring back Kroxa, it doesn't
Help with
that.
that. Where's
So
we have... Yeah, okay. Let's do this. I guess just, like, Teferi, the problem is, like, it feels like I'm running face first into an Archmage's Charm. Like, 2 discard, but I don't really know that this is getting that much better against, because none of their removal actually puts anything in the graveyard. They don't have Supreme Verdict in their deck. So,
yeah.
It'd be, like, only something getting countered, which would put something in the graveyard, which makes me not love this card, so whatever. You discard. You take 2. This is gonna work, I promise. I mean, it does mean that if the Archmage Charm this, they can't, like, just bring back the Archmage's Charm. Alright, we'll play Cliffs. Try to turn on the Kroxa, plus bring back Kroxa in a future turn. Which does...
3 cards.
Yeah, like, the Kolaghan's command making them discard actually working does make the Kroxa turn later a lot better, because we're kind of just working on grinding them down. What? Hase, that's cheating! Alright, so I think we're about at the get Terminus to then concede portion of the game. No Bloodbraid Elf certainly makes the card Jace the Mind Sculptor a lot harder to beat.
No Bolt as well.
Seal of Fire among our best possible draws.
Seal of Fire would be good. Thoughtseize isn't the worst, but he could have easily put a Terminus on back.
Yeah.
He also could just Mystic Sanctuary back path.
Yeah. We could just do all 3 of these things.
I think that's what I would do, and I think you want to lead with Kroxa because of that. Give him the least amount of information when he's
discarding. Because he's very likely has a Terminus on top and is planning to just fetch it away if we don't put a creature in play. So... we want to put exactly 1 creature in play, and we want it to work. And then their good cards are probably actually in hand. So we can probably catch something like a Cryptic here. I mean, a counterspell is a counterspell. We'll take it.
That's what we got to do.
Alright. I see.
I mean, Cryptic Command's better.
I mean, they're just gonna sanctuary it back.
Yeah, that's true. So we're just, like, dead. I mean...
They sanctuary back whatever we take. Alright, whatever. Take the better one. Yeah, I mean, we're dead. We play on. Here's this thing. Get a Terminus, then they brainstorm into the counterspell, and we move on with our lives. We move along with things.
I'm just getting eaten.
I see.
Wait, how many angels is that?
3. We're beating 12 in the air across 2 turns? After they just bounce our Tarmogoyf? Because I don't think so.
Sure. So I definitely like Trophy, and the EEs, and the Veils.
The Veils are nice. Some number of the spell bombs probably makes sense. Why do you like the EEs? Just for counterbalance? Seems kind of bad. I guess they hit Entreat.
Treat.
Sure.
Maybe just... maybe 2 E's is high. I definitely like the spell bomb. I mean, they're pretty free. No, like, I like spell bombs outside. The ones we can board in.
That's a lot of stuff. But I guess a lot of this is bad. Like, these pressure walkers, these are horrid.
Yeah. 4th Inquisition. We're bringing in, like, Veils. Tarmogoyf is definitely kind of meh.
Oh, yeah, Tarmogoyfs are terrible. Like, this is just asking to get pathed and, like, Terminus into oblivion.
They have Rest in Peace in their deck?
Allow us to find out.
Also, how big is the clown? Is he a 3/2?
Yeah, he's a 3/2 with Vigilance. No, it looks like they have 2 Celestial Purges, though. And 1 big Teferi. Not gonna lie to you, we don't look well set up this match. Well, it looks like they're just coming to slappity. I think we're gonna want to put this on 2-allow, which makes a lot of our 2-drops a little awkward. I don't know that I want both EEs.
Yeah, both is a little awkward. Bad.
Unearth is horrid. Holy shit. Even Kolaghan's Command's kind of bad, but at least deals damage to stuff and makes them discard, whereas Unearth is horrid.
Even against the counterspells?
Yeah, I think even against the counterspells.
Okay.
We have Kolaghan's Commands for that.
I guess we're boarding out some Tarmogoyfs too.
Yeah, like, I mean, it's supposed to be there for Lurrus, but, like, the way they're answering Lurrus, I don't think it's generically going to be counterspells.
Yeah.
I think we can protect it from that pretty well. Alright, here we go. On the bright side, I think we can keep up with... Ooh, I didn't see the Blood Crypt at first. This hand looks a lot better with the Blood Crypt in it.
This hand definitely puts them to the test to answer Dark Confidant.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see Universe Rumbling in this. Like, the Seal of Fires to pair with Lurrus Stomp. Do I lead on Seal of Fire or Spellbomb? I think Spellbomb is a more important one to get into play.
Yeah, I think so too.
I'm gonna shock this because life total literally doesn't matter. I don't want to be able to play Wrenn if we draw it. Go. Spellbomb's just something that we're going to want to resolve around like a counterbalance or anything. Like, it's just something we're going to want to have put into play a lot later in the game. We're going to get very rewarded for having put it into play. That's a nice one. Alright. No opt, please, daddy.
You mean...
Or not opt. I don't care about opt. Spell Snare is the card I care about. They have 1! They have 1. I swear to God. Oh my God! Well, on the bright side, there's a creature in the graveyard now. I'm probably just going to play Lurrus on 3. Is that insane? Not getting instantaneous value out of it?
What? Yeah, that is insane.
I'm not holding up counter magic. Ugh. I hate this. Like, we're just going to pass with all this stuff?
How much magic do they play?
A lot. Alright, let's look. Let's have a conversation. They play Omen of the Seas. The fact they left up 1 mana means they don't have any 2-drops, right? They've, like, literally 0 2-drops. They don't have Logic Knot. They don't have any of these 10 cards. they...
Just play Archmage's Cryptic Logic Knot. I mean, it's a lot, but...
I mean, Logic Knots, Archmages, they have forces,
I'd
but don't
rather,
care.
I'd rather also my Lurrus get countered than I would it get, like, Path or Termis.
Sure.
I feel like I would just play Spellbomb off the forest, seal off the crypt, and plan to cycle one of the Spellbombs at the end of turn.
Ugh, I hate this place so much. Because it feels like this, we're giving them a fine, like, just plenty of time to just get to Cryptic Command, and then, like, all of our lines look really bad from there.
When we hit a land, we get to instantly play Lurrus and bring back the Spellbomb we've cycled. We have 2 steps at a land.
It's true. I mean, that's if they play Teferi, then we have to draw a land, and we can immediately get, I guess, a card back out of it. Maybe they'll miss a land drop. They did not miss a land drop. Now they have Charm up. Right.
You might be right. I just think with all the discard and veil, just have a lot of play against counterspell.
Well, that helps.
Land.
Yeah, wouldn't mind a land. That's pretty good.
Alright. They don't play Mana Leak, so I'd probably Thoughtseize without playing a land.
Logic not. They can Logic out for 2. Alright. That's not 3. So, here you go. Please have nothing. They might just counter this, because if we play Lurrus afterwards, we feel a little silly. Or they might just Archmage Charm to draw 2, just to, like, go over the top of it. Alright, yeah, they'll do that. Not that surprising.
Bring back nothing.
Huh?
Do we play Lurrus and bring back nothing? I mean, you seem to really want to, and they will have Cryptic next turn. They'll also have Jace, and we'll have Jace on an uncontested board.
Yeah, Jace on an uncontested board really scares me. Whereas if they bounce, it gets answered by Seal of Fire. I'm playing Lurrus. And then when it gets pathed, you can tell me I told you so, and we'll move on with things. But we can't beat everything. And so, like, our plan with this hand originally was to put them to the test with Dark Confidant. This kind of does the same thing, but on a later turn. Oh, okay. Well, at least I guess it goes back in our deck, I guess. That's a bright side in a really dark world. They didn't set that up, right? Yeah, that's just a completely natural terminus. All right. You got me.
My win rate on this deck is like over 75%.
We're gonna get beat up all night. I'm telling you, because this deck like did well in a challenge, we're gonna get beat up all night. Okay. You mill 4, or we mill 4. Sure.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, I'm not trophying this, so we're chilling, I guess.
I mean, if it's Cycle Spellbomb, that's not that good.
I don't like that when there's a Sanctuary
We're
actively in play.
playing. Oh, okay.
Why play the Seal Fire?
Why? I guess why not? I mean,
Guess that's fair. More or less for information. They hit both Kroxas with that minus? That's shabby.
I don't really understand why people just kind of minus when there's nothing in the yard against Jund.
Interesting. I think I'm content to just ship again. I mean, if they're holding on a pile of counter magic, we can start to pull it out. This Kolaghan's command, like they don't have a ton of cards in hand. Target player draws 2. I think I'm gonna fire this off now. No, I lied.
It doesn't really do any much.
Yeah, it's a Raven's Cry more or less. But I wanted to pick off Ashiok and then Raven's Cry.
Have another Ashiok or something? Like, what is?
I don't know.
Hey.
I'm casting it.
Whoa, leave up a black. Spellbomb. Uber.
You think we're using Spellbomb? I guess there's a universe where we
Why
do.
hold up the green?
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know.
Deals 2 to any target. You discard, kill this.
Gosh, this feels so bad.
Flusterstorm. Why is this in your deck? They're just boarded cards in at random, and it's never, ever going to matter. We just don't have a chance.
We're just gonna lose this clown.
Yeah.
He's gonna, like, bounce his Ashiok with Teferi or something wild.
Hi there, pal. Hi there.
What was he doing? Is he
bouncing nothing? No.
I mean, sure, you got it.
I don't understand why they're not bouncing anything. Interesting.
I don't understand what just happened. I'm gonna be honest.
I don't know. Maybe we have a chance in this game. We're gonna try our best. That's what we're gonna do.
Our opponent is about to just, like, allow us.
Maybe they did think you could bounce Ashiok with Teferi.
I didn't know why they would bounce Ashiok.
Yeah, I think that still gets caught by Seal of Fire.
Fire on the board. I mean, I don't even know if I would do that. If they draw Wrenn and Six, I'd rather kill it with that.
I just don't even want to move. Oh. It ain't great. I think I'm going to shoot the Teferi.
Yeah. Sure.
I think I'm going to play the other Seal of Fire afterwards and then pass. I'm going to let them mill me for 4 more if they want.
I don't think that milling us matters.
Agreed. It's actually just less cards in our deck for when we actually get a fetch effect and we can shuffle the Lurrus back in.
It's true.
4-color pile would dumpster this deck? Maybe. I mean, in general, I'd rather play good modern decks than just modern decks go over the top of each other. Now, that said, like I said, Aspiring Spike did top 8 the PTQ and qualify for the PT with this, but alright, fine, you talked me into cycling the Spellbomb. Getting any equity at all is equity enough for me. Alright, you.
Actions are turned off.
Yeah, for the time. I mean, we could just shoot it whenever we want. It's completely at our leisure. Maybe I should have shot that in response. Actually, that might have been the good play, because like at this point, as soon as I draw this and this exile's in the stack, I know that I'm likely wanting to fetch, and I want to leave that Nihil Spellbomb in the graveyard for when we do redraw Lurrus, and I want to shoot this. That was probably a mistake.
I could see it.
Alright, I'm probably going to shoot this.
I mean, no reason to do it now.
Cute.
Well.
I mean, I'll just do it on their turn.
Yeah.
If they want to get that last mill off and put me at 20-something cards, I'm cool with that. Maybe they just have another Ashiok. I'm going to feel silly for letting them mill me 8 more cards, and they're just like, their actual plan is to mill me out. Counterbalance. That is fine.
Well, we got Abrupt Decay for that one.
Right, is this Tef?
Other Teferi.
Oh, it's the Chungus. That is fine.
Fire, cool.
Does die to Seal of Fire. I still think I'm shooting this though. Maybe not. Maybe
I think we're definitely, I think, killing the Council's Judgment. Yeah.
Let's go to Insta.
Definitely doing that. Don't really need this fetch land yet.
They have 2 cards left holding up 3 mana. I don't know what the chances are one of them's Archmage's Charm, but it's pretty high that one of them's at least like a counter spell.
So, if we
I'm
draw
kind of into fetching here.
If we draw Wrenn and Six, I want to minus Wrenn and Six on Ashiok, and I want to seal the idiot.
Yeah, so we should just take another draw step and not move here.
Yeah, I don't know why you keep wanting to do that at the end.
I don't know. It's a natural, like, you bolt stuff on instinct that's just built into me as a heuristic. Not ideal.
It's like hate using Lurrus for no value.
I mean, even being out up a card here wouldn't accomplish a whole lot.
Yeah. I mean, we're not in a bad spot. It's just kind of annoying that we have nothing to do, and I'm so used to having things to do with this deck when I have like.
Yeah, we are in a pretty good spot. I mean, we primarily just need a threat, which they probably aren't even the answer for, realistically.
Good Veil of Summer, so if they have something like an Archmage's Charm or a Cryptic, that's good. Path will obviously be annoying, but how annoying?
I guess there's no real reason to hold it. I was thinking about if there's a reason to hold it. I just don't think there's a reason to do anything right now.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Okay.
Like, yeah, life total just doesn't super matter until we get entreated. And at the moment we get entreated, this game ends, which I guess does put pressure on us to actually end this game. But
yeah, but how do we end this game faster? Like,
right.
Hold something.
I mean, we know Lurrus is at the bottom of the deck. We can try to shuffle it in.
Yeah.
Like, we only have 28 cards.
Then maybe on the end step, we can go for the Ashiok and fetch something. That's not a bad one.
Not a bad one indeed. Alright, so we let this resolve, let the brainstorm happen. Maybe they'll Fate Seal.
Well, I think you want to... What? Kill... Let me think about this.
I think I want to wait till after the brainstorm, or before the brainstorm. That way, yeah, I want to do it now.
Try to kill them in response so they can't shuffle.
Yeah, so that I don't give them a free shuffle effect. Boom.
We might also have wanted to seal first.
Yeah, we definitely wanted to seal first. If they have 2 counter spells, we feel goofy. But actually, we don't, because we have a second trophy. Aether Gust. This does not stop Aether Gust, right? You and permanents you control. Yes, this does not stop Aether Gust. I don't know that we want another trophy. So what I think I'm going to do here is shoot this, let this resolve, fetch, and then trophy again.
Yeah.
So let's start with this. Although, I could just put it on bottom. I'm super silly.
Well,
okay.
I like having the ability to... Yeah.
Yeah. We also need to play a little faster, I suppose. We're behind 10 minutes on clock just because we've been talking and thinking a lot.
Oh. It's not good.
Yeah, it's not good at all. It means we probably can't win a game 3 even if we win this game, but without, like, just steamrolling them somehow. But I don't even know what that looks like.
We're just going to try to show off new super sweet.
Oh, no! I fucked up!
Oh, that's not good.
On the bright side. No, there's no bright side.
I mean, the other way around, we go to Trophius Guy, he fluster storms us, and we fuck him through the roof. So we definitely fucked up pretty bad there.
Yeah, that was really rough. Silly me. And I have to shock again. Oh no! The misclicks! Oh well. Yeah, definitely super messed up.
And he gets off.
And that's why you never cast Veil first. If people want a case study on that, but I definitely just clicked the wrong spell. No.
This has been a rough league.
One of the best streamers with a Wild Jund King. You have my attention. What's up, Band Blood Moon? We're getting kind of clapped. This blue-white Miracles deck looks like it has a lot of grindy tools to even grind out a Lurrus deck. Which makes sense, I suppose. But, like, otherwise, what else are we doing here? Shock, make you discard? What are the chances they kept the card they want in hand?
I mean, they've done some wild things, so...
I mean, yeah, I don't know what else, like, being in this game otherwise looks like, so hopefully they kept their best card, and we can just do all this and have it all work. Fortunately, Logic Knot works here, so if they just kept a castable card, they're going to get us. They discarded a Jace. Okay, they kept a good one in hand. Not used to playing against discard, it would seem. Although, like I said, I don't think it super matters. Entreat the Angels. No, they drew a Mystic Sanctuary. Good one. Hold that or don't. I don't see an upside to holding it.
Well, the upside of playing is you're going to play and bring back Kroxa in one turn.
Yeah.
There's definitely a reason to...
Well, both of our Kruxas are in exile from the Ashiok.
Yeah, whatever. Fine.
Right. Counterbalance? Fine one.
If we draw
I think I just want to hold this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I want to move. Uh-oh.
This is just not good.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to lose by clock if we don't lose by this game. I appreciate his opponent has wasted all the resources in a one game to establish parity again. I mean, I don't know if they've wasted their resources. Like, we're actually playing a game of Magic that we have a chance in, but, ugh. You don't have a 2. You think they have a 2?
I mean, if they have a 2 and you trophy, then you wait till next turn?
Yeah, I'm good. And they like their 2 is usually a counterspell or whatever. Oh,
Okay.
that's how that works.
Back to? Kill counter response.
Does this work?
Yeah, right? Oh, does it?
I don't think this works in any way we want to. On the bright side, we'll make them put Gust on top, I guess. Alright, blow it up.
If they fetch in response...
They don't have another Mystic Sanctuary, so I don't think they can get us. If they put the 4th in the deck, you got us, but Aspiring Spike was only playing 3.
They could just flip a 2 here.
They flipped it 2. They flipped
good.
Omen to the Sea. Alright, sure. So they can just say no to putting this on top. That's pretty rough. 10 2s in the deck. Had been through at least 3 of them. Although they could get one of them back. We totally didn't think about that, and it was on board.
Yeah, we're definitely not playing great this league.
I mean, I'm trying to play quickly, too, because we have 6 minutes left, and I at least want to finish this game. They chose not to put the Aethergust on top. I'll save it. Probably do it in step, if nothing else. But I want them to, like, maybe consider, like, setting stuff up with the scries, the counter spells they care about. They may not. They may just Omen of the Sea, crack it to get the scry for, which is definitely what they should do. I think you're supposed to crack this with this on the stack. With the Enter the Battlefield on the stack, get the Scry 4 draw, but I think it's pretty marginal. Blow that up. Don't have draw on Cryptic. Alright.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, we're probably in the full garbage time era of this game, but like I said, I do actually want to finish this game. What? Turn Mystic Sanctuary, draw a card? They should have just bounced their Cryptic and drawn a card. I don't understand. I mean, bounce their counterbounce and drawn a card. Very strange that they did not.
Their opponent's been being a little wild.
Maybe they're trying to play quickly to get the game over, too.
Sideboarding.
Ooh. As we could clearly see, it doesn't matter. Alright, I'm finished playing this game. Whew! Not an impressive showing, Michael. Is Jund bad? Talk to me.
I don't know. This is the first time
Yeah, you're right, Hunter.
0-2 with this deck.
Man, Blood Moon, Aspiring Spike did well in the latest Super PTQ with a Miracles list that had 4 counterbalance. It's like literally a Miracles list that plays that companion, no creatures, just like 1 Entreat and just a bunch of spells. And, like I said, he qualified for the PT with it, so there's certainly something there, but it spells bad news for Jund. We should have streamed last week before that happened, and we wouldn't get blue-whited out, but... I mean, the dredge loss was completely fair. We totally didn't think about Leyline of Sanctity and could have definitely done a few things to build our deck a little bit better against the card. But I think that Miracles deck is just going to be a bad matchup. And basically most times we run into it, unless we punk them out to the where they don't really play Magic, we just get onto them. I think we're probably just going to get clapped. So does this mean the burn deck or a fair deck? The Lurrus problem in Modern.
I don't care. No matter what Lurrus deck, I'm keeping this hand.
Yeah, this hand's nice. This Seal of Fire, this into Abrupt Decay, and we have Scoos against Burn. It is the Burn strategy. Oh, it's Prowess. Okay. The red-white Prowess deck. Donegan was championing this deck for a little while. I think we're going to go ahead and kill this, right? They don't play any kind of mutagenic growths or anything. Gut shots. I don't really know.
Yeah.
I'm not really super interested in.
I'd rather kill him main phase than not, so I would definitely kill him now. Bauble him first, but
Yeah, I don't know what the bobbling. I don't think the bobbling impacts just about anything.
I usually like to bobble people on the end step because if you hit a discard spell,
You get a little bit more free information.
gives
Yeah,
you
we can do that then. That's a nice tip. Bobbling on instep for the discard spell on the following turn. Although, yeah, we know the card anyway. All right, F off.
It can be awkward if they draw a fetch land and you just like don't like if they play a fetch land out.
Okay. I mean, I'm actually not unhappy with this trade. Like trading with 2 life, a card. Like I still traded with a card. It traded with 2 life plus an extra extra 2 or 3 damage or whatever. So I actually am pretty happy with that trade all told.
Yeah.
And we also learned they play those effects.
Yeah, so a lot of shadow players will also kind of probably know this. A lot of people are playing with baubles nowadays, Lurrus. So I think oftentimes people just kind of bauble randomly, but I do think it's most often correct to bauble on your opponent's end step. People sometimes do it on their own turn. I definitely would never bauble, I definitely don't want to bauble on my own turn, targeting my opponent very often, because then you draw the card unless you need the card, obviously, on your turn.
So they have Lurrus dialed up next turn.
Yeah.
Not great for me. Being behind here on the draw is not super good.
Yeah, it's a little
Then being able to use their mana efficiently by putting a removal spell into play is actually pretty unfortunate because they still get the prowess trigger and they still get they get to use their mana efficiently and just hold the burn spell whenever they want it or need it. Seal of Fire.
I really want to save.
What if we Blackcleave Cliffs Seal of Fire plus Nihil Spellbomb? That way their Lurrus turn looks bad. Like they only have 2 cards left, and we're actually at a pretty healthy life total because we got this trade earlier.
Yeah, that's fine. I'd probably just Seal of Fire one of their guys on the main phase.
I kind of want to Seal of Fire hold the Seal of Fire for Lurrus, maybe.
Yeah,
like, does the damage actually matter?
I mean, you have the decay. It's kind of my thoughts.
Sure. I was gonna try to play a threat next turn though. Like we have Bauble too, we can just play our own Lurrus on the following turn. Just kind of set up for all that. I mean, we also played Dark Confidant on the following turn.
I think the damage could matter enough that I'd rather just kill on the next 2 turns.
If we're doing that, then the Nihil Spellbomb Seal of Fire turn's bad because we should use our mana efficiently, play a 2-drop this turn, and then play a 2 and a 1 next turn, instead of playing both 1s here. So, what if we just shock him?
Well, then you take more damage.
Well, I'm gonna shock this in no matter what.
No, I mean you take more damage because they kill your 2-drop with the seal, and then they attack you for a bunch.
I mean, our 2-mana spell could be Abrupt Decay. Like, we could just Abrupt Decay something this turn, and then untap. Next turn we go 2-drop plus Seal of Fire.
I guess what I'm kind of thinking is, I don't mind the Seal turn, or the Seal Spellbomb turn, and the next turn doing Decay Lurrus, Cycle Spellbomb, and that turn uses our mana about as efficiently, and it also means they can't save their Lurrus with, a mutagenic.
Right, but we're still shocking, right? Still doing that would be shocking this landed.
I mean, you could play Blackcleave Cliffs and you draw a way to fetch basic forest, you take a little less damage.
Okay. Oops.
So
I'll buy it.
I just want to kill one of those idiots main phase. Yeah.
Got another mutagenic growth, friend? Looks like the answer is yes.
Jesus. The bright side of this, though, is that we take in the line where we decay into
Seal of Fire.
Seal of Fire, he could choose to save his Lurrus, which would have been bad for us.
Yeah. I mean, 2 mutagenics is a little rough, but, like, if we get enough lands going, like, we certainly have the end game locked up, and we have a lot of, like, our life total's pretty padded because they're low on, like, spell resources. Like, we know they drew Wooded Foothills this turn. They just shot me for 2, so they drew light up the stage. Pretty good one.
Okay.
And them shooting us, like, for very little value means that our threats are more likely to stick, too. No lava darts? They get a lava dart. Okay. Well, they're pretty incentivized to play us this turn because they want to likely Lurrus next turn, so they're probably just going to let this sit in the graveyard, which means you can probably catch it with this. And Cycle Spellbomb looks like a lot more attractive turn if we're catching the Seal of Fire, too, which is something that they could replay with Lurrus, so we make their Lurrus turn look really bad. Do we have Pulse? We do not have a Maelstrom Pulse in this list.
Yeah, I've talked a few times on stream about how I just think Pulse is generally worse than Assassin's Trophy.
Yeah,
I mean,
Assassin's Trophy certainly spelled kind of disaster for Trophy. If we draw a land, should we look for something like just Decay plus Cycle Spellbomb?
You know, I really don't know, because we do have Seal we can buy back with our Lurrus.
Exactly, and start gunning down these creatures.
Yeah.
Like, they're low, once again, they're low on resources.
Yeah. As much as we have a 3/2 life-linking commander, I do generally like being careful when it comes to, you know, I mean, we're taking a hit for what, 6 here?
6, yeah. We finally got a little something moving, and they can shoot this with us and make it 3 more. Interesting, they went for it. Does that mean their card in hand's a land, or they just don't care about playing Lurrus ever and value the damage? Interesting. Perhaps I should have gone for this a little more aggressively. Oh, that's a good one. That's a really good one.
That's not a bad one.
Unfortunately, going to 4 does not look good.
Going to 4 means like any burn spell kills us.
Yeah.
I mean, we could cycle Spellbomb now.
And look for a better land.
Our Tarmogoyf is 2/3 at that point, but they have a land they're going to put in. They want to kill it. They're going to make it 3/4, so that's not going to happen.
I mean, they can also just hold the land if they only have a 1-drop in hand.
I think I would cycle Spellbomb. I mean, it makes Tarmogoyf smaller, but
What if we put this land in tapped and just play Dark Confidant as a chump blocker?
it's not the worst idea either. It's like no attacks, it could get bad, but
I mean, hopefully we'll just draw some lands. Our CMC is a lot lower than our normal Jund deck. I think I'm kind of more into that because it preserves our life total a little better.
Sure.
All right, I'm going to go for it. Because the Dark Confidant's also not getting any better, so it just like uses our cards a little better too.
Yeah. One spell, though, chump blocking, not actually making N-way. And then they still have 2 idiots.
I mean, they're low on resources, though. Like, they have 1 card in hand. Like, sure, they're pretty likely to draw a spell. But, like, because their deck's just, like, full of spells, obviously. But,
it was rough that they got to
Abbott. Very interesting. No free spell, please. Seal of Fire. Do you have the land in hand? Sick. Alright, well.
So we're gonna go down 2 with all these creatures. I don't see how we get out.
Untapped land into a brick.
Yeah.
Like they have to draw another creature next turn.
I'm blocking.
For virtual 2 creature. Yeah, untapped land like swamp, forest, one of those I think keeps us in this.
It's got to be a forest because you can't actually.
Yeah, I need to play both of these. And then they need to draw a creature for turn.
Yeah.
Push, decay. Push Decay gives us the same lines and like actually lets us use our mana. Although
Well,
Tarmogoyf plus push is a little better still.
right. Yeah, you're right. Okay. You play
Tarmogoyf.
Has to draw a non-hasty creature.
Yeah. Yeah, they have to draw a non-hasting creature. And then we keep playing Magic. We're not even like in a super great spot.
Actually, he can draw Inspiring Vantage.
Yeah, that's true. Tap land would be nice. A spell doesn't just kills us, right? Yeah. Plus they can Lurrus this turn plus Bauble. Yeah, opponent had some good draw steps there. I mean, having the double mutagenic to line up with their Seal of Fire is pretty good. Boop.
Well, they got a lot of good cards.
We do. The question is what's bad. Like Confidant seemed bad. That's kind of where my like.
Confidant, Thoughtseize.
Thoughtseize is right. Is Wrenn really bad? It seems like it will at least soak up some damage.
I mean, Spellbomb and Trophy.
And they have Abbott in their deck?
Honestly, the way I would board... I guess they have Abbott. I honestly have been boarding like Trophy and the Spellbombs and just boarding out all the Thoughtseize, all the Confidants, all the... That's how I've been.
You're right, Hunter. We did know about that Wooded Foothills, I think. Did they not use it to fetch that Sacred Foundry? I don't remember. But we knew about a Wooded Foothills at some point. They may have misplayed their lands and like not play, like I don't know. They should have had like they should have played that land immediately that turn. So it seems weird to me that we wouldn't know about that land because they sacked one of their lands too. So it might have been an extra Wooded Foothills, but we knew about a Wooded Foothills at some point. Anyway, you're saying you want Trophy in the deck. You do want the Spellbombs, the extra Spellbombs?
Yeah, I mean...
It didn't look great there, to be honest with you. I don't know that I want more. Is this card bad?
It's not great, I guess. I guess I can see one Wrenn because of the Abbott, and then shave a Kroxa.
Yeah, we'll try something like this. We'll see what's up. The Collective Brutality is certainly going to be a big upgrade. I mean, it's kind of like Burn, where you can try to snag a creature, and if they spin a spell in that, great. If not, like whatever. And then you just have multiple other modes going.
I haven't minded Spellbomb because they obviously also play Lurrus.
All right, Iguana Rider. Yeah. I've definitely noticed that like my sideboarding has changed against Lurrus decks. Like I played against a Lurrus Shadow deck with Lurrus Jund, and I found myself leaving in like 2 Seal of Fires, whereas normally I'd be pretty interested in counting them all because I needed to have an answer to Lurrus. Although it also had Snapcaster Mage at the time. This hand looks pretty good to me. So you could turn 1 Inquisition, turn 2 Seal of Fire your thing, plus... I mean, either play tap land or don't. So I think I'm going to fetch Shock on 1.
Basic Mountain is going to look good.
Oh, you want to grab Basic Mountain? Woof.
Yeah, I actually do.
All right. I was kind of wondering if we wanted another green source for Scavenging Ooze if we draw it, but... All right.
I just Inquisition him into Spellbomb, Seal, depending on his hand. I mean, you could obviously play...
Very reactive hand. No creature. 1 land. A Soul Guide Lantern. Mishra's Bauble. Is it insane to take the Mishra's Bauble here? Like, if they're just going to sit on a pile of Path to Exiles, like, it's going to be a while before we work through these. And our hand's a little removal-oriented anyway.
What does
and
the Lantern do?
Huh?
What does the Lantern do?
Enters the battlefield, exiles a card from the graveyard, and then they can tap and sack it to exile each opponent's graveyard, and they can pay 1 and sack it to draw a card. I just don't want to give them extra draws at lands and creatures, like spells that actually have text.
Would it be wild to just, like... I mean, if the Lantern draws...
Yeah, but it's custom mana to do that. And they can't... They only get the 1 exile if they do that.
I mean, with the Kroxa in our hand... I kind of want to take the Lantern.
They have a lot of Path to Exiles to be backpacking this Kroxa, I think.
I mean, I'm not backpacking. It's just like, if you force them to discard, they're probably going to discard a Path. Then you replay the Kroxa eventually, and they have to Path it, or they have to Path, like... I don't feel like I'm backpacking the Kroxa. I just don't... I think the Soul... Like, they just don't have a lot going on. I mean, you're right, the Spellbomb is 3.
We'll try it. We'll try it. I mean, the spellbook, like, the thing is, like, it would use a bunch of their mana, and they may not even want to do it, so if they draw kind of bad, it just makes their whole turns look really, really anemic. Whereas, like, Bauble makes their turns look a lot more smooth and buttery.
My thing
Seal of Fire?
We don't have a way to really punish them for their hand being slow, and we don't have... Yeah, Kira, I'd probably just play Kroxa. And just...
You fetching Basic Mountain? Alright.
Yeah, whatever.
The Basic Mountain. What a time to be alive. Jund playing Basic Mountain. My mismatching basics are so tilting. What the heck? How did this happen? I definitely have a swamp from this set. Like, this is probably just going to hit. Like, they're sitting on path, bolt, so they're definitely discarding a path, which is kind of nice. Like, having our 2-drop trade with a path is pretty interesting to me. Especially because I think Seal of Fire and bolts are, like, generically worse effects, because they're not going to kill things like Tarmogoyfs very often. Well, this is certainly a spot where we wish we had Liliana to avail, because, you know, it would just make those paths look kind of embarrassing, like if they're going to take this reactive route. Hey, Snowmoon, how are you?
I mean, next turn we could Kolaghan's Command, have them discard and recur Kroxa.
I think that's probably what I want to do, like, just, like, kind of use like, play this, like, discard game, because Path is so good against Kolaghan's Command for the Raise Dead mode anyway. Bolt's gone, so they're sitting on 3 Path to Exiles is their hand right now. And they know our top card? Let me see.
It must be...
Yeah, they know our top card.
It must be like a Tarmogoyf or something. Kind of crazy that they leave all those...
I mean, I'm surprised they didn't look at their top card to better inform their discard.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. I mean, maybe it's
Seal
not.
of Fire Me, they drew Light Up the Stage. That's a nice one.
That's a good one.
Seeker of the Way, Mishra's Bauble. They drew a land as well. Okay. Well, we have Seeker of the Way covered. I think I'm still interested in the discard return Kroxa line. But this turn, I think I want to shock to deploy this this Nihil Spellbomb just in case they decide to Lurrus, like if they draw a land.
Yeah, that's probably fine.
Wait, no, we can't do that if I'm Kolaghan's commanding. Huh.
They have 3 paths in hand.
Yeah. Then we know their hand's 3 paths. They have probably 2 cards coming.
I kind of like your line of play Spellbomb, play Seal.
Yeah, because like they have to play this still, so this is very likely to trade with a Seal. And then we can maybe at least get some value off our Lurrus or something. I mean, we're probably going to try to do this before we Lurrus. And if we draw a red source, it makes it a little easier. Seal of Fire.
Spellbomb.
Yeah. This has been a weird game just because their hand's like a pile of Path to Exiles that they're holding on to for dear life.
Yeah, they're valuing those higher than I would. For sure.
I mean, they're valuing the third one a lot higher than I would. Like, discarding a Lightning Bolt that could go face was very interesting to me. But I guess if they draw another land, they can path their own Seeker in response to a Seal of Fire or something. I don't really know. That doesn't seem very good to me either.
Interesting that they didn't cycle the Spellbomb at the end of turn.
It is.
Especially with the Seal on the table, I would want to try to hit land plus like Bolt to defend.
You going for the shock here? They have 1 unknown card.
I do want to go through it for an end step, because if he drew a mutagenic, I want his guy to be bigger this turn, and then the next turn we use the Kolaghan's Command.
Yeah.
I actually do like going for an end step, and I actually kind of like cycling Spellbomb too.
It leaves them a Bauble with their Lurrus. Whereas we can catch the Bauble because the trigger goes in the stack. Like, we can actually catch the Bauble at a later time.
Okay. That's sure. Yeah.
Wait, no, this still doesn't work. Cause they just play Lurrus because there's a Bauble already in yard. Yeah, so we just go for it.
Yeah, they have priority time.
Well, they don't... Like, they wouldn't if they only had 1 Bauble, you know what I'm saying? Like, this would work the way we want it to if they only had 1 Bauble.
Yeah, you're right.
but because they have the second Bauble, it doesn't. They're looking at our top card, which they now know is a trophy. We could do something wild like trophy the Inspiring Advantage. Hope they don't have another white source. That seems really stupid. I kind of just want to go for the Kolaghan's Command back.
Yeah.
The creature line, which I think I'm going to wait to do. So I'm just going to put this land in tapped. And we're just going to chill on everything.
Yeah, if they play a Lurrus, I think we...
Yeah, if they play a Lurrus to get a card out of it, that's fine. Like, we can simply just... Although I might just Abrupt Decay the Lurrus and then still try to do the Kolaghan's Command thing. Because I want to work through these paths.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we have a lot of answers.
Lava Darkney. Sure. So you're looking at another light up the stage.
Not a bad one.
Soul God Lantern. I think I'm gonna respond here.
Yeah.
Return target creature from graveyard to your hand. Target player discards a card. Boop. You. Alright. Let's move through some stuff. Discard immunogenic. You got it, friend.
Kind of want to Abrupt Decay that.
They can just exile our graveyard. Like they pay mana to draw, but
That's kind of what I'm worried about is the drawing. Like, what I think I want to do is Abrupt Decay and then play Kroxa, and then when we bring back or when we bring out our Lurrus, we can just rebuy the Kroxa, I guess.
Yeah, it requires another land.
They have so many cards.
Is this red white prowess with Lurrus? What in Jund hell is this? Yes. Exile Seal of Fire. Reasonable choice.
I guess we could play. Playing Lurrus is not very good.
No, it is not. There's no
Yeah, what are we
pile
doing other than Abrupt Decaying and playing Kroxa?
No, I'm into it. I'm into it. Because we also just picked up another removal spell. Like, previously I kind of wanted it as a removal spell, but picking up another removal spell makes me like this a little bit more. The thing is, like, they have Lurrus next turn. Lurrus plus Bauble.
That's annoying, but we're going to have Lurrus plus something good as well later on. We're going to immediately be able to answer their Lurrus.
With a trophy.
So what?
All right. So confident, whereas all these lines feel so bad for me, I feel like. Alright. Black. Okay. So now we're guaranteed to get one of the Path to Exiles. They're down to 2.
I just had this feeling if there was an advantage bar, we would be favored right now.
Really? I mean, you always feel favored with the Jund deck. Come on.
I don't always feel.
That's fair.
I just feel favored here.
I don't know. I don't feel great. Them drawing a land, fine for us. 2 paths is the only 2 cards in hand. Imagine we're going to see a Lurrus this turn.
The draw steps are generally pretty shitty.
Well, we gotta hope so. Soul Guide Lantern. Yep, that's fine.
Oh. Yeah, it's a little more annoying than I thought. Whatever. Alright, kill this guy.
Alright.
We're like 14.
I mean, their hand is bad. Their hand is certainly bad, but they have a lot of time, and we're going to run out of removal spells eventually. Whereas they don't...
It would be nice if they just played... It would be nice if they just played another creature.
Why would that be nice?
So we could kill it.
I mean, I'm not eager to use this. How about a creature that 2-for-1s this?
That's a good creature.
How about a creature that grabs another creature? See, this is kind of what I was talking about. It's like, I don't feel super favored because I feel like they have more creatures than us that, like, are just good enough.
They drew well, so...
Do we kill this in case we draw Wrenn?
Yeah.
I think I'm going to kill this Swift Spear, even though it's, like, less damage on average. Oh, that does not cast Fatal Push.
All right. I mean, they drew well.
They have less lands in their deck than we do, that's for sure. Oh, well, that's a good one. I think I want to incentivize them to try to pump it up, like with more spells and stuff first, and push it in combat.
Yeah, they have like Lava Dart deck.
Yeah.
We should be favored. Taking draw steps.
They have Mutagenic Growth too.
They have like really bad cards in their deck.
Yeah, they have a lot of tutus that have a lot of text too. We'll see.
Maybe
like,
I should have made my comment about creature. I just like figured they weren't gonna draw like infinite creatures. I'm playing that.
Yeah. I mean, we're certainly not running our Lurrus into paths yet. Like, we're still like a Kroxa away from being able to clear all of these paths. Like, if we have a Kroxa on the stack, they almost just path it. And be holding a card to play around Kroxa. Like, if their plan is just path all their stuff out the way and beat us over the face with a Grizzly Bear, which is a fine plan, it's probably going to work, then I feel like they should be holding, like, mediocre cards in their hand.
I mean, they haven't drawn a lot.
Mo, thanks for the resub for 9 months. Sorry about the alerts, but I appreciate it. Who's the scrub joining me? He's the cute and cuddly Michael Kidd. We're kind of getting beat up tonight.
Not fetching. Because if we draw a Bauble, I definitely want to.
Yeah, I want to get the scry action. Hopefully not a land. Well, I said hopefully not a land. If I'm going to draw a land, I'll take that one.
It's the best land to draw.
Well, that discards one of the paths, which moves the game in our direction, I guess.
Yeah.
And then we have one more path to work through. Like I said, Wrenn actually would have looked really good this game. Like, if I didn't really think their plan was going to be this, like, grindy, like, grind us out this hard. Why?
Yeah.
What is this path in response to your Bauble? I just don't understand. Okay. Yeah, green sources for Scavenging Ooze, I feel like, is, like, one of the only, like, relevant things left going on. Being so the face for 4. Kroxa.
Well,
let's see. You know what we're drawing. Maybe I should fetch just to keep you from knowing it, but hopefully it's good. 2 cards.
The free opt if we draw.
It's not bad. Play and cycle this.
Yeah.
How do I want to tap? This.
Mountain. Oh.
Yeah, maybe mountain. There's a basic left to fetch, right?
Yeah. It's.
Alright. Yo.
I still think preserving that for a Bauble is better. Also, I mean, they do attack us. It's like
Yeah, dart me. Losing a point on that dart's really nice. So many triggers. Oh my god. They're going to catch up on time just like stacking your stupid triggered abilities. So many things. So many moving parts.
We're just going to like 0-3 with this.
No, we're not. Come on. We're still in this game. Oh, okay.
It feels like we've just gotten outdrawn. I really didn't think we would get outdrawn like this.
Bauble. Okay. Well,
it's the reason I've got this thing uncracked, so...
Bauble. Virtual 2 right now? No. Yeah, virtual 2 if we crack this fetch land. Removal spell. Inquisition of Kozilek. That grabs the last path. Can we afford to wait? No, there's a Seal of Fire. I think I want to fetch and play Lurrus. Is that insane? And just, like, get another Bauble card running?
Yeah.
It doesn't feel good, but I think we're just about out of time.
Yeah. We're getting out.
Fetch. We worked through all but one. Look. It's awkward because there's literally a discard spell on top of our deck, but I just think we're out of time and we have to find ways to gain life, like Collective Brutality, stuff like that. We just need to find a way to pad our life total back up.
Yeah.
And like we could easily just die to any shock effect, which does not make me feel good about myself. Bauble. What are you drawing?
Draw a land. You haven't drawn a land the whole time.
Soulscar Mage. Okay. An unknown, a Soulscar Mage.
I do like that we fetch the basic swamp. Some people are going to think, why are you fetching that over Stomping Ground type? But if we hit a trophy or decay in 2 steps, we need to kill them.
Yeah, I was definitely looking for a 2-mana removal spell. I think we need the life total really matters.
Yeah.
Oh, they have a Bauble card coming too? Okay, that's probably problematic. Another Bauble. A little slow, friend. Ugh. Okay, we're probably in a lot of trouble. They just seal fire this out the way. They can hold path. That way Tarmogoyf isn't live. Okay, they're not going to. Well, now Tarmogoyf's a much better draw, at least. 3. So we're at a virtual 1.
Is a Brutality?
Yeah, Brutality is the card I'm looking for here. I mean, there's 3 of them in the deck, and we're almost halfway through the deck, so I think it's not that unlikely we find one. They have 3 cards in the end, though, one of which is a Soulscar Mage. Okay, now we know nothing. There's 2 cards, and we know none of them. Peatland. I can't afford to fetch because then I die, so let's just play Peatland.
Crack using Swamp?
Yeah, that's where I'm at. Ooh!
Come on.
Ding. All right. All 3 modes on this one?
I don't think their card is anything. I think it should have another land. I kind of want to keep the Bauble.
All right, well, let's look at the top of their library then.
Yeah, I want to Bauble them.
See if we're dead anyway. Because we're close to dead anyway. So we have to draw a removal spell with our Mishra's Bauble? Not great. Not great. Alright. They have to have nothing, and we have to draw a removal spell. Love to see it. -2, -2. Lose 2 life, gain 2 life. Cast.
Mutagenic is going to get us.
I mean, they have Mutagenic on top of their deck.
Yeah, I know. No, yeah.
No, we'll draw out of it. Come on. Where's your faith? In before like Seal of Fire, like we're really gonna feel the like Seal of Fire experience. Upkeep. All right, I want to do this on upkeep in case it's a Kolaghan's command.
Yeah.
Both teams played hard. Yeah, I'm gonna posture like we have a removal spell. We obviously would have used it there, but.
I mean, as push we probably would.
Yeah, that's true.
Hold on.
I don't think they're going to be interested in playing around anything, but I'm going to posture. Maybe they give us another draw step. Come on.
Maybe we have Bolt. I mean.
Yeah, Bolt would get it. I mean, they also could just think we have a Kolaghan's command. Like, if we have a shock effect or a Kolaghan's command, we get them. Like, you see them tanking on it. I'm glad we at least did this. They decided to play around nothing. A fair assessment.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, that's all right. We were not getting out there anyway. Hoof! A swift 0-3. Not a good showing. Not a good showing.
Yeah, this is definitely not been great.
Bye, Mo. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of like interesting decision points that don't follow typical Jund heuristics. Like I said, I've played a lot more with this deck, and it is a lot more impressive than the showing we're seeing here. But, I mean, something to consider also is the shift in the modern meta we are in the process of experiencing. Like, we have players like Dylan Donegan, players like, Aspiring Spike succeeding with decks that are, I think, naturally pretty predatory towards this. Like, I think that particular prowess list looked pretty good, like being able to just like take this fair access and be able to keep up with the graveyard hate that's naturally baked in, as well as the like Lurrus benefits, as well as like things like Abbott and stuff like that. Like, I think really showcases the improvements made to the prowess deck via building around Lurrus. And the Miracles deck certainly is just a prime example of a new deck in Modern, something that did not exist even last week. when we were doing the majority of our playtesting of this deck. Like, I mean, we're only a few days into this week. That is like very, very naturally predatory, I think, towards Jund, just in like the nature of its cards being very grindy oriented, and like even this deck, even though it's lower to the ground, is still like looking to grind for most of the time. So I'm willing to buy that the deck was better for us for a lot of like the position it was at even just a week or two ago, and that Modern's moving a lot faster. But I still think it's better than what we're seeing today. Like,
I think we've been outdrawn most of the game. Like, it's obviously easy to say that, but like the Dredge match, we killed him on turn 2 in game 1 with Scavenging Ooze. We're playing double Scavenging Ooze.
I mean, we also had multiple points we could have messed up in the Dredge match, right? Like, we probably should have mulliganed to that hand that was like a 6 that was just like medium as hell. We definitely should have had trophies in our deck. Like, we didn't play great in that match. I think we certainly could have done things to help maximize our chances in that matchup.
What did they have as their guy?
It's a Lurrus. So if this is burn, we're going to feel a little silly. I'm thinking of grabbing the swamp.
Yeah, I would grab the swamp. I mean, even if it's not.
Ooh, little mirror action. Well, they have a lot of Inquisitions. That's just a fact. Are we taking Pulse because it's their only removal spell? They can't take both of our 2-drops. We can't take both of their 2-drops.
They only have 1 land.
Oh, they do only have 1 land. I didn't even think about that. I mean, they could probably draw. They're on the draw. Like, they have 2 draw steps in another land. It's not that unlikely, right?
Yeah, you're right. I mean, okay, let's see.
But even still, they're going to fire off an Inquisition. Like, we're only keeping 1 card in this hand, right? Like, they're going to fire off 2 Inquisitions?
What is going to happen here? They're going to take Dark Confidant. Or at least I would.
Yeah, they're going to take Dark Confidant. We play Tarmogoyf, and then they can take Kroxa, which is, like, fine. They may not even want to. Like, it's kind of bad.
Don't want to take position. Pulse is bad when we...
For me, it's between a Pulse and a Goofer. I'm leaning
take...
towards Pulse, because I think this game's going to go long, and I don't think Goyf matters in the grand scheme of things if we are allowed to just run away with Lurrus. Especially with us being on the play and being able to build up faster.
Fair. Yeah, that's fair.
And if they miss a land, I feel pretty attracted to just jamming Lurrus and being like, make them have a removal spell.
Yeah, take their pulse, I guess. I guess I'm like worried about getting kind of punked out more.
I feel like that's gonna be hard. Like if they were on the play, sure. Like if they were on the play and they had just Inquisitioned me or whatever, like I'd be a lot more into taking a Tarmogoyf. But being on the play, like us being on the play, I think lets us stick this Goyf first, and like we're just in good shape. Like we just have a Goyf already covering theirs, and like we can do the titty bump thing for a while. All right.
Yeah.
Inquisition gone. Yeah, makes sense. That's actually a nice one.
They're gonna Inquisition it, but I mean
they might not. If they draw a land, they might be interested in playing Goofer.
Right. Stomping Ground, Tarmogoyf.
With this?
Yeah, probably. The basic mountain still trash, even though we have Kroxa. So I'm just using Bloodstained Mire.
Okay, yeah, I think that was a conversation I kind of wanted to have. Is like with Kroxa is representing the basic mountain better, but if the answer's no, then we're off to the races. It does demand that if we want to preserve a life total a little bit to cast Lurrus, like we're gonna have to grab a swamp, but I wouldn't mind just playing another Tarmogoyf next turn, or like any one of these 2-drops next turn. Inquisition again. Miss land. No land.
Probably are.
Dang. All right, I think I'm gonna jam. Ooh, never mind. I kind of. No, this is all still bad. Like, what if we just jam Lurrus? I'm jamming Lurrus, I think. Oh, they don't want to keep playing. Understandable. Have a nice day.
Yeah.
I think we could have made decisions at random and probably won that game, but whatever.
So Trophy, Veil, Spellbomb, all in. We're gonna have to start having conversations. Yeah, that's a card to talk about.
It seems kind of bad. It seems good when we're behind, but it's like we can't use it to kill Lurrus. And it looks like it's asking to get Kolaghan's commanded, of which there's like a lot on both sides of the equation in this matchup. And we did see a Maelstrom Pulse too. So I don't love it. Huge mana investment for a potential blowout. I'm kind of good on that.
I mean, the worst cards in the deck are definitely Dark Confidant and Thoughtseize, in my opinion. I mean, obviously, Thoughtseize is just worse than Inquisition when the opponent doesn't have Blood
Yeah, when the
Crypt.
opponent has Lurrus.
Yeah. Dark Confidant is the kind of card, like...
What about this card?
People,
this card doesn't impress me, though. Right, but like, can we turn 1? I don't know.
Over what?
I don't know. Like, is Confidant that bad? How many Wrens are they playing? How many Wrens are most people playing?
I don't know. But if they're playing any on top of Kolaghan's commands, on top of Seals...
So you'd rather do something like this?
That's about what... I mean...
It does look pretty clean.
Yeah, like, the only other
argument
argument is... EE is good when we're behind and we're on the draw. That's, you know, not an unreasonable argument, but I'd still rather have a discard spell on draw. I'd probably still rather have Seal of Fire. I mean...
Alright, let's do it. Let's run this. Let's run this. If we find ourselves 1 EE for Game 3, maybe we'll consider it, but...
If you see no Wrenn and Six, if you knew they had no Wrenn and Six, maybe Dark Confidant. But... Sure. Almost everybody on this deck...
What do you think of this one, kiddo? We can protect ourselves.
Have our best card in our opening hand, but it's 5 lands, so... It could be 6 lands. I mean, Spellbomb could be anything, right?
Yeah.
Too bad.
I'm probably keeping this. I'll keep 4 lands, 2 removal spells, I think.
Yeah.
Just so like mulliganing is so painful in this matchup.
Blood Crypt.
Yeah, I think it's Blood. I was about to pitch the Forest, and I was like, wait a minute, this hand just has like no green sources.
Yeah.
Shock. No discard spell. But the Bauble.
No fetch land. Interesting.
Probably play our fetch on 1. Go grab the old something Overgrown Tomb. I don't know. Looking at this draw. Pusher. Thinking.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna play Blackcleave Cliffs now. That I drew push. Yeah.
What are the chances we push on 2?
Well, we're fairly likely to decay on 2, maybe. I don't know. Like if they have
play Verdant Catacombs tapped or Verdant Catacombs pass.
Sure.
Like preserving Verdant has some value because, you know, they do play Lurrus, so having Revolt's good. Having something with Bauble is good. Are they just black-green?
Oh, that's possible, I suppose. Blooming Marsh would seem to indicate something like that, huh? You want to push this?
We don't have a 2-drop, so...
We have this.
I don't think we have to. I think I just fetch tapped an Overgrown Tomb. And... they might just be black-green, in which case the Confidants are actually good. Alright, I play Spellbomb. Hold up, push, pass.
Yeah, we want to hold up Bolt, make them think we might have that. Oh no, this doesn't hold up Veil though. Fuck! I definitely should have held up Overgrown Tomb. That was huge, actually. Kind of a huge mistake.
Yeah.
What else? Awkward that if they shoot this, we don't have a green source to go get. Lurrus.
On site now.
I'm willing to pop this and cycle it. They might just have another Bauble, honestly.
I mean, if they don't, this is a wild play right here.
Yeah.
On their part, like that's a pretty egregious use of Lurrus in the mirror.
All right, I'm just gonna just kill main phase. I think. Oh. Well, I wonder if they have Unearth, because right now they have nothing in their graveyard to grab. So what if we just pass?
Sure. So play Blackcleave Cliffs and pass.
Well, that lets them exile something. So I think we kill this, and then if they go to Unearth this, we have to make different decisions.
Yeah. Wait. What do you want to kill?
I don't know anymore. I've talked myself into they probably have Unearth.
They'll just rebuy it with Lurrus.
Yeah, I know.
Don't do that.
Yeah, no. I'm talking about killing this. But then I was going to talk myself into if they Unearth.
It.
Yeah. maybe we just can't do anything about it on Unearth except hope this works. So we just... But kill is bad, right? Like, kill is just bad, so we should just kill this and then pass.
Not bad against Earth, but letting them have Scavenging Ooze for the Spellbomb is kind of bad. So I think I would just kill.
Well, if they have Unearth, they just replay both immediately and we get 2 for 1. Is there no way to play around that?
I mean, what's the alternative? The alternative is
just
go
kill this and then end step kill this?
Or Spellbomb.
Yes. Yeah.
Don't really want them to eat our Spellbomb. That's my problem. Do what you want. Do what you want.
Do what I want. Hey, Zelda Zach. How are you? Y'all seem like we're having fun. There's a lot of decisions. We're Jund mirroring. Alright, we'll just kill and hope.
Facing also plays around Veil of Summer.
That's true.
Unearth's gonna fuck us.
Yeah, I mean, we can't beat everything. This is definitely... I was hoping we could play around Unearth somehow. I don't really see a way that we can play around Unearth, so we'll just get God if they have an Unearth.
Just gonna hope our opponent's bad.
Just played it out for no reason. This turn, I want to Wrenn Tarmogoyf.
Yeah, that seems like a good turn.
I'm willing to pick up this land. I don't know that I want to take extra damage. I think I'm willing to play this forest, too.
I still think I want to pick up the land. I mean, why not?
Yeah.
Let Tarmogoyf make Tarmogoyf a 3/4. Oh, no.
Alright, Wrenn.
Back.
Tick up. They are looking more and more like they're just black-green. Like this makes me think they are black-green.
Definitely black-green.
So we definitely should get our confidence back in the deck. Maybe we should have just like known that to be true. Like when we see Maelstrom Pulse, because like what Jund lists are still playing Maelstrom Pulse?
A lot.
Kill stuff, say go. Simi Spirit Guide wants to kill stuff.
A lot of them are playing.
Gonna send my friends here to come join. Awesome, Zelda. That'd be sweet. Blowing up a green source, huh? Yeah, just go to a black source. Seems fine.
That turn's still around Veil of Summer.
Yeah.
You know, we have Kolaghan's command. So...
I do know that we have Kolaghan's command. I'm going to grab this mountain, I think.
Yeah, whatever.
No, there's no way to hold this up. They're just going to kill... They can't kill all my green sources, it seems.
They're trying.
No kidding. Them using a trophy on Wren's pretty nice. You probably should jam our Lurrus next turn. Probably will. Hopefully they don't have an Earth.
Yeah, they still have...
Oh, our Lurrus was a way better turn, actually, because we get to exile theirs.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking we're supposed to do that.
Yeah.
I
was kind of sad because it didn't draw a card, but I don't think that actually matters. So I'm definitely not going to mess this up this turn. Hey, what's up? MTG Goldfish rating with a party of 545. Hello, everybody. That's a lot of people. How are you? My name is Drake. I play a lot on the SCG Tour. I'm streaming here with my friend, @thatJundKid on Twitter. He's a Jund aficionado, writes and talks about Jund on Twitter a lot. We're playing some Jund. I hope you had a good stream, MTG Goldfish. How's it going? I assume it's also Saffron Olive specifically. Hi, everybody. Thank you for the raid. Thank you. It means a lot. We are not doing so hot in this league, but we're doing well in this game. We're fairly likely to win this one. Speaking of, probably should get back to it.
Yeah, we can play a Lurrus. We can bring back Spellbomb.
Exile their Lurrus, which lets us be good against Unearth. We had fun. Gotta Jund him out. We came, we saw, we janked. True to MTG Goldfish's roots. Janking everybody out. Seth, better known as Saffron Olive. Blowing up more of my lands.
Push him now. So he can't Veil us.
So we can't Veil of Summer us? Alright, yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. And then we still have another swamp to grab too, so like we could just go grab. It's weird that they didn't hold it to go after my green source, because we are actually pretty low on green sources. Like if that's their plan to just kind of like blow up a bunch of our lands, it's a little strange that they're just firing off on that. Hey, question: as a Jund player, how do you feel about us filthy Tron players? Not great, not great, Axon. Not great. I do not feel good at all. All right, they're pushing our Lurrus. That doesn't matter, and there's nothing we're going to do about it right now. Anyway. So, I think I'm going to fire this off now. They only have one card in hand.
Well,
let's attack
Unearth
first. That's true. Unearth is a sorcery. You don't think there's any instance they would play, right?
I more just don't know. Yeah, I don't think there's any instance they would play.
All right. Well,
I don't know why hold up trophy for Bauble and end of turn. We could fetch, tap.
Yeah, I also just don't know. Yeah, what we're trophying. One card left. Fairly likely to be a removal spell. Go grab that Stomping Ground. Get some of our sources back. They've been through 2 Field of Ruins, 1 trophy. I don't know. Blowing up our lands just doesn't seem like a good plan in general, anyway. You wanted to cycle this there?
I wanted to cycle the Spellbomb there because we're gonna go into this turn with like a lot of mana. Like Kolaghan's mana is a huge investment, but I mean you can just say go here.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if I'm supposed to main phase this and just go grab Lurrus immediately. The thing is, we can't immediately play like a Bauble or anything, so I think I'm just gonna say
just say go.
Because like I want to be able to, I don't know, I want to be able to hold up Veil in case they have like a discard spell or something. Like a discard spell in particular makes the Kolaghan's command back Lurrus like pretty bad, so holding up Veil to protect us against that seems really interesting. Dark Confidant. Oh, we can bring back Wrenn with Lurrus next turn to kill that. Huh! Whew! That's just good clean magic.
Cycle.
Boop. Can I offer you a second opinion if you like? Of course, I'm an Infect player. All right, well, look. Infect, green-black Infect at that.
I do like Infect.
Is green-black Infect better against Tron than regular Infect?
What are we doing? We're gonna run that, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna run that. So I was gonna discard the last card, bring back.
Oh yeah, right, you're right.
Is that it? Still resolves, right? Even if they have Veil here.
Yes. The bring back will resolve. Yes.
All right, cool. Turn target creature. Target player discards. Creature, you discard. Get the last card, and then we'll play Lurrus and Wrenn. Oh, they don't want to play anymore. Understandable. Have a nice day. All right, let's see if we can salvage this league. Get a little bit better. IDK never lost to an Infect player. Ooh. Them's fighting words.
A Tron player that's never lost to an Infect player?
It's possible they've just never played against Infect, truth be told.
Are you actually a Tron player?
By the way, Huffmonster, thank you for the follow. I have my alerts turned off because Michael and I are talking a lot and I don't want it to interrupt. Actually, pretty helpful since there's a lot of us in here at the moment. But yeah, the alerts are off for today. They'll be on in the future. Better, probably. Slightly. Main deck Thoughtseize and Assassin Trophy. Assassin's Trophy seems like it has a lot of text in the Tron matchup. For when you just need to beat him up a little bit more. Sondrak.
Yeah, Tron's not as bad of a matchup as people make it sound. I mean, it's not good, but...
Anyway, Zelda Zach, never had a chance to thank you. Thank you for bringing all your friends to my stream. I hope they enjoy some good modern Jund, good wholesome modern Jund. And if you enjoy Jank, we're gonna be playing some Jank next league. We're gonna be trying to cascade into Ancestral Visions in modern with some more fair green and black cards. So if you enjoy Jank, do stick around. Do stick around. All right. Yeah, this hand just seems like a keep, right? Like it's not exciting with 4 lands. No companions, interesting.
Hey, it could be Treon or Amulet, and Thoughtseize Tarmogoyf Assassin Trophy.
Yeah, this hand's the nut. Where's those Trons players now? We're great against them.
This is actually probably one of the best 4-land hands you could have against a non.
What goes Mountain Go in the modern format?
With no companion, I do not know the answer to that.
Blitz, thanks to the resub, Blitz. Got a lot of love for you. Got the alerts turned off. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
All right.
We fetching Swamp?
Yeah, I'm fetching Swamp now.
All right.
I don't know if they're Scredding or...
Oh, yeah, they could be Blood Mooning. They could be Blood Mooning us. Thoughtseize.
They're Scredding or they're attacking our life total. And either way, I'm fetching Swamp.
Yeah, they're definitely going for the old lands. This does look like a Blood Moon deck. They can Stone Rain us next turn no matter what. But we feel really smart for keeping a 4-land hand now if they're going to try to Stone Rain us a bunch.
Yeah. So the scary thing is what?
Lightning Bolt's not that scary because we have Tarmogoyf. So just like a Stone Rain effect? That feels a little silly. We could take some of their mana. That also feels silly. I think the Stone Rain effects are the best thing in their hand.
Yeah, I think so too.
Does this only destroy non-basics? No, it only deals damage if it's non-basics. All right. Yeah, we'll take the Stone Rain. Oh, I literally just said that and then took the wrong one. I'm just literally such a 5-head. Whatever. I think they're pretty likely to Stone Rain our next land anyway, and if they don't, we get to play Tarmogoyf, and it's just great for us, so... Maybe it's actually next level. Here's the next level. You ready? I took the worst Stone Rain to incentivize them to wait to Molten Rain us because they want that extra 2 damage and let us get Tarmogoyf into play. No such luck, it seems.
Just need to not get Blood Moon.
Yeah. Not getting Blood Moon.
Even like... Yeah, let's just play that.
Play this in case they have the Stone Rain effect.
I mean, if they play Blood Moon, then we just fetch Basic Forest, play Tarmogoyf, and they may not be able to beat a Tarmogoyf.
Yeah, their hand did not look that good.
There have been multiple times that Forest Tarmogoyf has beat deck.
Alright, are we still fetching the Forest now? If they're not playing anything? Down Mountain. Ritual.
Yeah, just take a draw step. If we draw the Basic Forest, then totally fine drawing the Basic Forest.
Yeah, it doesn't look like life total's going to matter a whole lot.
I'd fetch Basic Forest, play Blood Crypt, play Tarmogoyf.
Yeah, I mean, getting the Goyf into play is just obviously the biggest thing by a lot.
Yeah.
Is this going to be a 2-3 that's... Oh, no, there's an incident. Is this going to be a 2-3 that's not boltable? Maybe we could bait them into bolting it, but unfortunately it is going to be boltable. Is it Phoenix is my favorite matchup as I sideboarded in a green-black rock light. E-Funk. That's interesting. An Infect player that says Is It Phoenix was one of their favorite matchups. I played a lot of Is It Phoenix back in the day, and I generally really liked my Infect matchup. Gutshot was a nice one there. But maybe if you have some transformational sideboard plan, that sounds kind of interesting. Boop. So many people watching tonight. Yeah, we got a sweet raid from Saffron Olive. Who I assume is Saffron Olive the only one that streams from MTG Goldfish? Those of you from the chat, please feel free to let me know. The streams I've watched from MTG Goldfish have all been... Oh, it's a double bolt. Well, this Kolaghan's command looks good against double bolt. And their last card is Simian Spirit Guide plus something else. The only streams I've seen have been Saffron Olive, but he always talks about how he's not the only one at that company. Is there another Stone Rain? No, Stone Rain is not the end of the world. Chandra's also not the end of the world. That dies the trophy.
Yeah.
The question is, do we take this turn off to just trophy it? I think so.
Yeah.
I feel incentivized to take this turn off to trophy it.
I do think you do after the draw step. Trying to think.
Yeah, there's no Lurrus turn or anything that looks attractive. Alright.
Yeah, definitely not playing Lurrus.
On your draw step.
I was more thinking about...
Alright, they got a lot of bricks. We just need them not to draw a Blood Moon effect specifically this turn, right? No, yeah. we need probably one more turn after that, which is actually pretty unfortunate. Though we could get like Lurrus into play next turn and just put it into play. Like they don't have that many removal spells and they just burn 2 bolts. No Blood Moons? Ensnaring Bridge. That does no text. Well, it has text. It gets answered by the other half of this Kolaghan's command. And that. Holy cow, we just have answers galore.
I'm gonna be honest. I think...
Let's just hold all our mana up.
I think yeah. Well, you can cycle Barren Moor now. Why not?
I kind of want to just play Barren Moor tapped because we could Lurrus plus Tarmogoyf next turn if we decide to like use this otherwise.
So lame. Fine, do that.
I don't know. I mean, we're gonna get card advantage with this Lurrus anyway, right?
It doesn't matter how you do it, I imagine.
Yeah, I mean, all that really matters, I think, is the next 2 top cards of their deck. I could maybe discard Shatter or something, but that's...
I actually would discard Tarmogoyf. Abrupt Decay for their stupid Ensnaring Bridge. Discard them.
Discard them? Nah.
Never mind. I mean, too late now.
Yeah.
I mean, they can't play their cards, so I feel like it's fast.
All right, let's get it then. Let's get it. Maybe it is a large card.
It
All right,
might
destroy.
be or something.
Discard. It might just be something like some terrible piece of mana, like a desperate ritual they wouldn't cast.
What are you doing?
I'm just gonna Lurrus next turn. What are you talking about?
Okay.
Look, it was a Chandra. I'm a genius.
I more meant I don't care about the stupid Ensnaring Bridge. Is what I was like.
Oh, I want to kill them. Come on, we gotta kill them eventually. Ross, Drake is streaming and I am drinking. The world makes sense again. Good to have you here, Ross. I miss you so much. We need to get these opens back online. Although I guess that requires the world being safe. So the world needs to be safe again, so we can go back to opens. We can go back to getting regular Confunk instead of like supercharged Confunk.
I don't know. What's the worst that could happen? We die.
We die. All upside.
That sounds like a pretty good exchange right there.
Oh man, I was 1 to 2 followers short when I went to bed today. I woke up to an email saying I made affiliate. Congrats, Blitz. That's super, super sweet. I'm very excited for you. No red sources. I mean, they're on a pretty quick clock. Like, we just, like, play this. We have Seal of Fire. Like, this is 10, so we have them on a 2-turn. Is there enchantment art in the yard? No. So
no.
we have a little overflow on the damage.
Get them.
Fortunately, we can't replay this immediately, which is kind of poopy.
Yeah, but if they just draw a lightning bolt, are they beating the Tarmogoyf? What are they drawing to beat the Tarmogoyf?
I don't really know. What they're... Another Ensnaring Bridge is like the out that they probably think they have, but we have that covered with Abrupt Decay. Yeah, awesome. Cool. Got there. It's exciting stuff. Do we try to blow up their lands? We could be the Bonza deck now.
They have, like, Ritual, Spirit God?
Yeah, okay, it's not great. Okay, check it out. But if they have no lands, how are they casting their stuff with no lands? Because we got a few bad ones. I don't know. Trophy seems like a good one.
Trophy seems like the only good one. Maybe
right,
What's bad? Are they killing our... Yeah, they're killing our guys.
They're not really killing our creatures that often. They're like a bolt deck, right? Did they have snow-covered lands? I didn't even pay attention. You think they might have, like, spreads?
Bad, right?
Huh?
Fatal Push has to be worse than... I mean, Pillage for blowing their lands is great, but they are likely to be more artifacts on top of it. It's like, they probably are like a Karn deck, right?
A little Karn deck? That's possible. It's very possible.
Yeah, like, what is Fatal Push doing against them?
Alright, I'm in. I mean, it kills Magus the Moon if they have that. But we have Seal of Fire for that?
Yeah, we have Seal of Fire, Kolaghan's Command for that. Discard spells for that. So many things for that.
Look at this. What's up, Trance?
Like, EE maybe is better than Pillage.
Nah, I hate EE. EE sucks. If they Magus you just pillage all their lands. GG. Tell them, Ross. See, Ross gets it. We just blow up all their lands. This hand's nice. No basics, but this hand's nice. Like, unless they have a turn 1 moon, which is pretty unlikely from this deck. Like, asking a turn 1 moon out of their deck seems insane.
What kind of hand are we mulliganing to that beats turn 1 moon? That literally basic for it.
Yeah, like basics, and like any basic in your opening hand, basically. Basically.
Yeah, you can't even mulligan the fetch land.
That's true.
This hand beats everything except double fast man, moon on top of the deck. That you could otherwise feel like you...
I mean, they could have a lot of stuff, right? They could just have a double moon on turn 2 hand, which doesn't even seem that unlikely. Alright, well, let's start off with a Bauble on them.
Bauble both.
Bauble both.
Information.
Mountain on top. Busted. On top of us, we got Bloodstained Mire. That's, oof. Not interesting. Although it does fetch a basic. Okay, fine.
You could fetch... Oh, you could play Overgrown Tomb.
Yeah, life total doesn't super matter, right?
Fetch basic swamp.
This is awkward, because if they have a bunch of mana plus a Chandra, will want to have to cast the Thoughtseize. I'm still winning Inquisition, though. Because if they draw a Chandra on the next turn, I don't know, I'm just guessing Inquisition. Heuristics! Boom, bust. Oh no! They have a Stone Rain on 2. Okay. Well, they have a land on top of their deck. They can blow up this land.
Wait, what does that card do?
It blows up a land. We control a land. They don't control. Oh,
I mean,
this just makes their stuff cost 3 mana.
I mean, the only card. What does the land do?
Oh, it's just an indestructible land.
Oh.
It's not going to do anything else in their deck. It's just an indestructible colorless land. If they need 5 mana of any combination of colors for something, then you got us. But I don't think they're a Golos deck. I think I'm just taking Stone Rain. Like, getting our lands blow up is by far the worst part of this. It's a little awkward that we used our green source on 1 now because they can blow up our land on 2. But I guess it doesn't matter that much if we're drawing a fetch land.
Yeah, whatever.
Goodbye, Stone Rain.
If he blows up our land on 2... Wait, does he target? Can he target his own land?
He has to target his own land.
Can he target the indestructible?
Yeah.
Oh. Annoying.
I mean, we're going to get Trinisphered on 3, but, like, that's fine.
Bust combo.
I don't know about busted. It's a combo. It's a combination. So there's a mountain and a Trinisphere.
It's Bauble. Hand sucks, then we'll take a Trinisphere. His top card sucks, I mean.
I mean, are we not going to take the Trinisphere if their top card doesn't suck? It looks like another mountain.
Andra.
So they don't have a Blood Moon coming, so I can just play this safely. And plan to play Goofer next turn. Boop!
Yep.
Love a good Stone Rain deck? Ugh. Oof. Why?
Well.
How? Stone Rain decks are so unfun. They blow up all your lands.
I got some bad news for whoever said that. There is not any good Stone Rain decks.
What do you mean? That red-green mid-range deck was good for a while. Oh, they conceded. They didn't want to play anymore. That's understandable.
Fine.
All right. Well, we got... They didn't even know about the Tarmogoyf in our hand. They just, like, threw it all away, huh? All right. So we managed to scrape back a 2-3 out of our league. Lost to Miracles, Dredge, and a red-white prowess list. All stuff that's, like, pretty new innovations in Modern. Makes a lot of sense. So talk to me. After seeing kind of where the format's at and we got a little beat up, what changes do you think you want to make to the deck? Unearth looks really unprecedentedly kind of bad right now. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
And Seal of Fire certainly got a lot worse than it was 2 weeks ago or whatever when this deck was certainly popping up. Like people were running their face more into Seal of Fires than they were previously.
Yeah, so...
Cliffy, what's up?
Before I came in this league... Something that I was kind of on were the 3 Veil of Summers, because against some of these control decks, they aren't good against some of the most annoying cards, which are... Yeah,
the white cards. Like, when we're taking the Lurrus route and our plan is to protect the queen on Lurrus, the white cards were certainly the problem. And, like, the counter spells, like, whatever, we had discard spells to check those and stuff like that. I definitely felt that.
Yeah, I don't know how to circumvent that.
Bitter Blossom.
That's another one of the cards that tries to do the card advantage game that Lurrus is just better at.
Well, not against Terminus. Bitter Blossom is far better against Terminus. If people are miraclesing people, I want to be Bitter Blossoming people. Too many seal. Chat does not like the pile of seals. I think, so that was a point you and I talked about previously, is that actually I thought people weren't playing enough seals initially. Like, because this, like, they were still playing bolts and stuff like that, and, like, you really wanted some way to get equity against, like, other decks, like the turn you play Lurrus, and if you don't have a Bauble, like, it just didn't do enough. Whereas Seal of Fire, especially in the creature matchups, like, having access to this machine gun was really nice. But certainly Seal of Fire looked worse in a lot of spots in these leagues than it had previously. So maybe when people are coming off of these creature decks, like Seal of Fire as a magic card just gets worse, and we should be reaching for less removal spells in general.
I mean, if you play against a Tron deck or something, I think Seal of Fire, like, I mean, Lightning Bolt can kill a minus harm. It can kill Thragtusk token and his token, and Wormcoil tokens. But, like, if you're just talking about going face, I mean, you play 4 Tarmogoyfs and you play Lurrus. And if you don't have your Mishra's Bauble, which you're not always going to, as we saw, part of the reason we went 2-3 is we didn't draw a lot of Mishra's Baubles early in the game, unfortunately. Yeah, Mishra's Bauble, like, got banned. I guess Lurrus would be a lot worse.
I mean, that's just objectively true. Lurrus gets way worse if you ban Mishra's Bauble.
There's a huge quality difference between hands that have Mishra's Bauble and don't. deck. It's kind of incredible to me.
See what Russ has to say. If you're going to get Terminus, you should just sideboard Liliana and fuck off Lurrus in that matchup. The Lurrus metagame went towards cheap creatures and thus towards cheap removal and is now moving to creature-like Lurrus Bauble's decks to dodge the heavy removal metagame. We need to prepare for a creature-light metagame. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, but to say that in the, like, red-white prowess is a deck that's coming up in Modern, right? That's just, like, getting a whole lot better, getting a lot of traction. Dylan Donning was talking on Twitter. He's got a lot of reach and, like, is testing with the Lotus Box people. He's probably posting about the Lotus Box Patreon. People are going to be playing this red-white prowess deck now. That, like, Seal of Fire is still good in that matchup, although we did get blown out a lot by some mutagenic growths. But, I mean, to say you got blown out when you're made phasing a Seal of Fire on a creature is, like, not... You didn't get as blown out. They traded with the mutagenic growth, but you're still down on board, which is problematic. It makes it not an ideal trade, but still a reasonable trade. But, like, Prowess is objectively a creature deck. It's a creature-heavy deck. They play a pile of creatures, but a lot more of them, like, with, like, Abbot of Carol Keep and stuff like that, are replacing themselves and just getting better.
Yeah, so I don't agree with Liliana the Veil sideboard. I don't agree with any 3 CMC permanents in the sideboard and trying to
transform out of the Lurrus shell.
I don't think it's a good idea. Even against these matchups where you're like, oh yeah, like Amulet or Tron, like my Lurrus is bad. My experience has been Lurrus has been, I mean, it's not been great. Like, it's not been insane. But It's been a lot better than I thought it would. Just like, against Tron, if you mulligan low and you have discard, pillage or something, or like Damping Sphere, but no threat, Lurrus is totally reasonable. Like, if you have a good hand otherwise, at least it's a threat, and that normally wouldn't be a keep sometimes out of regular Jund. You sometimes just can't keep a threat light or a no threat hand with interaction.
Yeah, I can't really think of a way to unwarp your deck around Lurrus too to make that transformation more seamless. Like, where you bring in, like, the Lilianas. And I'm like,
for Lilianas, you're not going to always draw them. And, like, against these control decks, you telling me I'm going to not play Lurrus and hope to draw Liliana that when they play, like, Uro, some of them play Uro, some of them play, like, a bunch of card advantage engines. Like, Liliana is not a card that wins the game on the spot. You may or may not draw it. I am out.
Sure. Okay.
The only matchups where I think you can justify not playing Lurrus are matchups like Tron, Amulet, Storm, Dredge. But in all those matchups, like, what sideboard card is so potent that you're willing to give up Lurrus? Because even in those matchups,
I mean, Nihil Spellbomb with those, like, against those decks and those matchups seems really important to me. So even in those matchups, Lurrus seems important. I mean, the real answer is probably if the metagame shifts to a very creature-light point in time, Jund's just going to get a lot worse for that period of time until people, like, until it gets so inbred with, like, people trying to Cryptic Command, Jace, play these huge 4-mana spells, and somebody's just, like, shows up with green-black Infect. Somebody in chat was talking about that. Until somebody shows up with Infect and says, okay, like, you want to do these 4-mana Cryptic stuff? Very cool, kill you on turn 2. And then, like, suddenly people are like, oh, no, Infect's running over the format, and then Jund has a chance to cycle back around and be like, oh, people are trying to infect each other, huh? Here's some discard spells and 1-mana removal spells.
Yeah, so I think part of what happened to it, so what did we lose to? We
lost the Dredge, Miracles, and the red-white Prowess deck.
I don't think Prowess is a bad matchup for us.
I mean, it certainly didn't feel good. Like, they got a lot of inherent grinding power out of Lurrus, plus a few grindy creatures.
Sure, but, like, they had their stupid anti-graveyard card, and they had Bauble.
Their card certainly lined up a lot better than ours, but it didn't used to look like that either.
They stopped it. I'm telling you, my win rate against Prowess has been absurdly high. I understand they've innovated a little, but, like, my win rate has been well over 80% in the matchup. So, like, and it feels great. One of us is more advantaged by having a lifelink commander than the other. But at the same time, if one guy draws all his baubles and he draws his little graveyard hate card and he stops at 5 lands and the other person draws 7, I'm just saying that's what happened to us. Like, they did have more creatures. They demanded us to kill more than a traditional Prowess deck. The mutagenic was some nice tech against, like, Collective Brutality, Seal of Fire. So, you know, maybe consider playing a 3rd Fatal Push and 2 seals over 3 seals or something like that. if that's what your concern is. Like maybe consider some more hard removal, because you have a lot of this like damage-based removal, and if people are not playing small creatures or they're playing mutagenic growth, consider trimming a little bit and going towards more hard. I can buy that, but I
Okay.
don't think that's a terrible matchup. I also don't know if that mirror matchup is a bad matchup. Like it felt
that
bad.
seems like a tall claim.
It felt bad, but we literally ran both of our Lurruses face first into, like we got 1-for-1 with our Lurrus.
But I mean, we certainly didn't have the tools to just sit back and hope to clear the way of removal spells. Like they're going to draw a whole new 7 by the time we drew out of that. I think
Right.
I think our other option doesn't super lean to victory either. I mean, obviously we need to play more than just one match
Right.
to really know the actual match data, but it certainly didn't feel good, and it certainly doesn't look like it would be good on paper as well.
I would imagine they're favored, but I don't think
Listen
it
to
would
the
be
beard.
that bad. Like we didn't
Beards are wise.
generate any value off our Lurrus across any of those games. We didn't draw Wrenn and Six across any of those games. Like that in that matchup is gonna be. We didn't even draw enough discard spells to clear our way for Lurrus. I don't even know if we drew a discard spell in the first 3 turns of either game. We drew like kind of bad, and sure we got like ranched, but like
Yeah.
I think we drew very bad in all those. Actually, like all the games we lost, I think we drew bad.
That's
Like,
possible.
I think if we drew well, I think we easily could have 4-1 that league. If we drew on par or better than our.
I mean, that's
Like-
true. But, like, that's kind of a non-argument, because an aspect of playing Magic is always needing to draw well. Like, if you ever get unlucky in a tournament, you're not going to do well in that tournament. That's just objectively true. But I think at some point we have to, like, acknowledge that some of our cards also lined up pretty awkwardly in those games, and we didn't just solely lose to, to quote-unquote our drawing bad. Because at the end of the day, we put the cards in the deck. We put those cards in the deck to draw them, and if we drew them and they were bad, that's our own fault. Food for thought. It kind of goes both ways. I still think there's some takeaways that like those matchups need adjusting.
So, okay, here's the deal. Here's what I would say.
All right, final changes. What you got? What you thinking? Hit me with it.
Well, I guess when I played this list, when I wrote this list for the article, I'll say a couple things that I did for the sake of the article. Like, I played a similar list before this that I 5-0'd with. Both of our subscribers 5-0'd with. So there were 3 people that 5-0'd with it in less than 24 hours.
Ooh, tagged you on
2
Twitter.
cards off this. Some things I did is I did put I put the trophy in the sideboard to kind of demonstrate another graveyard hate removal spell in the sideboard, because a lot of people are trending towards playing that. I don't think you need it. Like, trophy's still fine. Maybe you can play 3 trophies, 1 decay main if you want to play 3 trophies. But I don't know if you need 5 of that effect. You can open up a sideboard slot there for something you feel like you need. Veil of Summer, also, I was trying to illustrate the protecting Lurrus thing, but people have been kind of coming off the mirror a little bit, or coming off Jund, I feel like a little. And people are playing like Path as removal spells, or they're playing this Lurrus burn deck, or they're playing decks that don't care about Veil. So 3 Veil is kind of a lot for the format right now. So I think you can free up those sideboard slots. I haven't played enough Modern writing that article. I played a lot to produce that article.
Yeah, I mean, it's only been like a week or 2.
Yeah, I 5-0'd and I 4-1'd a bunch, but I haven't played a lot in the last week and a half. So the format's evolved a lot. So I don't know what I would make those cards, but I definitely think you can trim those cards and make.
I mean, if it's Veil, that's a good spot to play something grindy, and like I said, I would want to try something like Bitter Blossom. I don't know exactly what you want to reach for, but that's a card that I'm pretty interested in.
I didn't love Bitter Blossom.
I want to try it. That Miracle effect seems like it can't buy a game against the Bitter Blossom. Either way, what did Ross say? Ross has cut a K command and a seal for a 3rd push, 3rd decay. It's possible. It's possible.
I do love 3 K commands, so it's hard to justify that. But I do think if people are going towards more of this mutagenic, I've had some problems with like black green. Well, I haven't had problems with black green. I think that matchup favors us. We have more value than them. But I have had problems with people that are playing the mirror or black green, like Grimflare on Tarmogoyf, the big oozes and stuff. So I don't mind trending towards like push decay over 3 seal. I don't mind that.
Okay.
Bolt is better against the Planeswalkers, and we did play against the Planeswalkers. I just think if you're playing against creature and combo decks and non-Planeswalkers, Seal of Fire is just better.
Sure.
You have so many ways to answer like Manus Rider and other X3s that I'd rather just have a recursive removal spell. Like, Seal is better against humans because you can recur it with Lurrus than Bolt is, in my opinion. It's better against combo because it makes your Tarmogoyf bigger and it allows your Lurrus to be a 5 power tower attacker. It's only not better against Planeswalkers because you have a harder time answering them than you do creatures, and it doesn't burn them down as well as Bolt does. So, you know, maybe play a Bolt over a Seal or a push over a Seal, something like that. Like, and the final thing is I felt like 4 Blackcleave Cliffs tie, and that I wanted a Wooded Foothill, a second Wooded Foothills over one of them. That was just something I've kind of been feeling.
Interesting. A second Wooded Foothills. Help us with your Wrens better, but I don't really know what else you'd want it for. I guess more ways to fetch the basic forest or something?
I also just feel like with recycling cards and Mishra's Baubles, like, it felt like my...
Oh, having the fetch land for the Mishra's Bauble more matters. Okay.
Well, yeah, that too, but I was also thinking, like, it feels like my Blackcleave Cliffs are coming in tapped a little more because I see them just slightly more frequently because of the Baubles. I also just, like, want... Like, turn 4, I want to play, like, Lotus plus Seal, or I want to play, like, Lotus plus Spellbomb, or turn 5, I want to play Lotus Goyf against some people. So, even though I don't play Bloodbraid, I actually do want, like, 4th, 5th land coming untapped often as a Lurrus. But...
Blossom seems nice if you're playing Goyf and the format is turning toward push. I would like Goyf to be as big as possible. Yeah, that's true. It does make Goyf bigger. That's a good point. Well, I think the final takeaways are it's reasonable to cut Assassin's Trophy in a Veil, reasonable to cut like a Seal of Fire, and you're looking to trim a Blackcleave Cliffs for Wooded Foothills. I mean, we definitely saw Blackcleave Cliffs coming in tapped at least twice in that league. It might have been a third time. I just don't even remember that clearly. But I think those changes are all reasonable tweaks without like overhauling the deck like some of what Ross and some of the other people were suggesting. And probably those changes are worth trying to see how, and like getting another iteration through to see how bad the matchups actually are before you go any further.
Yeah.
Those of you that are watching, he did reference an article. Michael wrote an article. You can find it at !article. He wrote about this deck a little more in detail. You can read a little bit more if you're looking for even more content on this deck and you're just a Jund aficionado. You don't know what to do in the companion format. He's got you covered. You can check that out. Also, I'll be linking it. If you're watching this from YouTube, I'll be linking it in the description below. So, yeah. Any final statements before we close out this video and get started playing some Jank in the modern format?
I mean, hey, one card I do want to mention. This is probably just silly. It's not a Jund card, but I don't know. I've wanted to protect my Lurrus from not only, the pushes and decays with Veil, but I've just like wondered, is there some kind of deck play like, some of those Infect cards or Apostle's Blessing?
Ooh. Some like Apostle's Blessing, some Spellskite, stuff like that.
Spellskite, yeah. I did reference cards in the article as like other ways to protect against removal.
It's a good way to protect against Path is some Apostle's Blessing. That's a nice one. Could maybe reach for that kind of stuff over something like an Unearth, which is used to just getting it back when it's killed. Well, if it's not going to the graveyard, you can find another way to protect it. Cute.
Yeah, Unearth is
cute.
Yeah, I think that's more of a if you're gonna go a shadow route. I mean, making your shadow unblockable with the Apostle's Blessing, making it bigger with.
Ooh, that's cute. Make some unblockable shadows.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah. So like that's kind of, I don't know. I want to see if you can play like the Shadow Zoo with Apostle's Blessings and ways to protect your Lurrus that way. And I mean, hey, protecting the card Death Shadow is pretty good too. Making that dude hard to block is pretty awesome. Turns out, So. There's a lot of different things I've wanted to experiment with, just like Thoughtseize Lurrus deck. But we can go on to the next deck. I mean, I talked about all kinds of cards you could experiment with. I think most of them aren't great, but I talked about Grimflayer. Grimflayer and Hexdrinker is not a card I reference, but they do a lot of the deck
same kind of role.
When I talked about the philosophy of just like dodging graveyard hate, forcing out answers for Lurrus, being proactive. Those cards do a lot of it. They generate value with Lurrus. Like Hexdrinker is a good one because it gets killed, and then you bring it back on turn 4. Grimflare dicks you towards your baubles and stuff. So those cards are lower power level, but they're good in shell. So something people could probably experiment with, and people have, to be fair.
It's fair. Yeah. All right, we'll check it out.
Okay.
Anyways, I'm gonna wrap up this video. Thank you all for watching. I really appreciate your time. Thank you, Saffron Olive, for the raid. Also, Francisco for the raid. I hope all of you that have stuck around have enjoyed the content. If you've enjoyed my content and you want to see more of it, please hit the follow button. It's the easiest way to support me on Twitch. It doesn't cost you a dime. We'll let you know when I go live. And if you wonderful people are watching this from the YouTube, please hit the subscribe button. It's the easiest way to support me on YouTube. And we'll let you know when I post more videos. And if you want to get a notification for it, you can ring the bell next to the subscribe button. I really appreciate all your time. We're going to be playing some 4-color mid-range next, so for those of you on Twitch, stick around for that. And those of you on YouTube, I will see you next time.